Hello? Hello? Can everyone hear me? Am I live? What's happening? What's going on? My recording software is all messed up, so I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I sound okay here. Do I sound okay? Is anybody even in here? Is anyone watching right now? Yo, what's going on? How do I sound? Do I sound okay? Let me edit this real quick. All right, how about that? Yo, what's going on? All right, everybody's hopping in. What's going on? All right, cool. Can you guys hear like the little bit of gameplay audio in the back? Like, is that? Can you guys hear that as well? What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? I'm trying to get this set up, so I know on the screen it looks a little awkward right now. I believe we probably should be putting the deck list up on the screen, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me pull it up on the game so you guys can see that. Very low, but sure. Yeah. It doesn't have to be super loud, but okay. All right. The GOAT. I appreciate that. All right. We're doing some ranked battles. This is going to be a chill stream tonight. Sunday, we're just vibing. We're just hanging out. So this is going to be a very chill stream. Haven't been playing a ton of ranked, but I played a little bit today. And this is the deck that we will be playing today on stream. It is Charizard. I got to build this out on the deck builder on Limitless so I can export the image and then put it on the screen. So give me 1 second while I do this for y'all. Give me 1 moment. I went live kind of unprepared, but I figured, you know what? I'll just go live. We'll deal with it later. So let's build this out. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having a good time. How's everybody feeling about EV Grove, about the new ranked season? I would love to hear your guys' opinions, of course. Can't find which deck to play. How much money do you spend TCG on TCG in a month? On Pocket, I don't know. Every set I usually drop like a couple hundred probably throughout the month on a new set just to make sure I get all the cards. Depends. The mini sets it's probably less. Some it's probably more. I don't know. I would say that's probably safe. I kind of have to with content creation. I don't have, I guess, that many. I don't have an option really. I have to have all of the cards so that I can test them and build decks and, you know, make everything go like that. Too many choices. Yeah, you love Sylveon Greninja. Sylveon Greninja is very good. Spoiler alert, it did win the tournament this weekend. Won the Ursa Days tournament. Played Flareon Turtonator in the finals, actually, which is very interesting. I don't know if you guys saw that one coming. But yeah, that was the finals today. We'll talk about it more tomorrow on Meta Monday, of course. But here's the image. So let me pop this down on the stream. Yeah, a little bit big. Okay, hold on. Make it a bit smaller. Actually, what I'll do here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna crop this. Give me 1 moment. Hold on, guys. Super quick. Don't worry about it. We'll crop this to make it a little bit more enjoyable to look at. There we are. We'll slide it right down here. How was that? How's that sound? Does that look good to you guys? Hopefully. Make it a bit smaller there so it fits quite nicely. One of these days I'll figure out OBS, this program, and I'll make an actual like stream outlet, like an actual output that looks fine. But for now, we're kind of super ghetto here. I got to figure this out one day or another. We'll do it at some point. We'll figure it out at some point. All right, I think we're like ready to go. The deck is up on the screen there, and yeah, let me put this over here. Just a moment. Put that like right here, and then I got to post in the Discord and whatnot. It'll take a little while for people to hop in. All right, what are people saying? Sylveon Greninja did wonders for my rankings. Yeah, for sure. Got slammed by Sylveon Greninja deck while using Buzz. Pretty sick mini set. Yeah, Dixie, definitely a sick mini set for sure. I listened to all your vids. Yo, shout out to you, Tank. I appreciate that. JLC, thoughts on Sylveon Gardevoir Mewtwo? Got 12 win streak with it. Not sure if OP or just got lucky. It's something I haven't tested, but in theory, Sylveon should pair quite nicely into Gardevoir Mewtwo. Mewtwo itself, I don't know how strong it is against other decks popular in the meta right now, but that is certainly something to keep our eye on. Bradley went 10-0 to start the season with Incineroar Turtonator. Let's go. Nice. Tank about 9,000 cards and never got one. Never got one what? Oh, God Pack? I think I've had 2 God Packs, but I'm also at like 17,000 cards. So I'm just super stoked that Greninja is still relevant. And yeah, Greninja's a super good card. Shout out to Greninja. One of the better cards to ever be released in Pokemon Pocket, especially when Cyrus came out. I remember when Cyrus was announced, and I just told everybody, I was like, Greninja and Cyrus are going to go together extremely well. And they have, for sure. And it's, withstood the test of time. Definitely. Love that new video about updating old decks with the new cards. Going to try out those in ranked. Alejandro, I think is how you say it. Yeah. I like to make those videos whenever new sets come out. And I think a lot of the old archetypes, including the one that we're playing today, has been updated by some of the new cards, namely Sylveon. Sylveon has changed the game for a lot of different decks. So can you specify a consistent ranked deck to play this format in your opinion? Yeah, this would be it. I think this is probably the perfect middle ground, at least right now. We'll see how well we do. But I think that in terms of simplicity of a deck and also just sort of power and consistency, I think this is a great choice. I don't think it's very complex. It's very linear and very consistent now with Sylveon. I like this deck a lot. Did I see the new Sylveon Flareon Leafeon deck? I have seen that. It is very insane. A very creative deck. I like that deck a lot. Not something I've played a lot with yet myself, but I do like it. I do like that one for sure. All right, let me share the link out. Give me one moment, guys. Let me put this all in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, definitely join in. Okay, we'll put it on there. I guess I'll post it to Twitter as well. Why not? Or X, as the kids call it. Give me one moment. Bear with me. I'm going live, 0. Just not prepared at all. Okay. Cool. Everything good? I think we're all good. I think we're chilling. I think everything's all set. Let me see. How many people are here currently? Where did my tab go? I lost it. Wait a minute. Oh, was it here? Yes, here we go. All right, I can read the chat again. Sorry. Can you oh, yeah, I already read that. Did you see the new Sylveon? I already read that one too. Jeez Louise. Okay, sorry about that. I've been primarily playing the Flareon Turtonator deck. It's been doing really well. You brick some games, but man, those one-turn Kiaways. Yeah, that's where Flareon Turtonator is at. Definitely a high roll deck. You have the potential to do nothing with that deck, but you also have the potential to be extraordinarily fast-paced and explosive. And I think that Flareon Turtonator, in terms of upsides right now, is extremely high. So I think it is kind of worth playing in that sense. I don't know if its average win rate will end up being high enough from a consistency standpoint, but I do think this is our rank currently right now. We're 1606, and that's puts us at 1639 is our ranking. Haven't played very much, to be honest with you, but we're climbing right now with Charizard. Glenn, I think the start of my rank season was very similar to yours in the sense that I tested a bunch of new decks, caught a lot of L's, but I'm going to catch up for sure. Yeah, I love to hear it. Leonardo, I love collecting cards on Pocket, but I don't play much of the game. For me, it's a simple, I grew up on playing live and arena. Yeah, well, you should play more games. It's fun. I think Pokemon Pocket's a really fun experience. It's easy to get into. It's easy to build decks. It's just a simple gameplay experience. I would recommend, playing some ranked battles. Honestly, with the win streaks now in Ultra Ball, it's pretty easy to hit Master Ball, and you get a bunch of free rewards. So, if you want to open more packs and get more cards, then you should just play some ranked battles. And I think some of the decks are pretty simple to play as well. Let's hop right into it, guys. Let's do it. I think slowly but surely some people might creep into the stream. So we'll just get right into it. I'm hoping this is a super chill stream because Charizard isn't going to be that difficult to play. I'm pretty sure we kind of do the same thing every game for the most part. So yeah, feel free to ask a bunch of questions. We'll get the chat all nice and lively. I don't know how long we'll be live for, but yeah, we can kind of relax, have a good time. Looks like we might be playing Solgaleo. Yeah, so Solgaleo is an interesting one. The Charizard deck is very similar to Solgaleo and Incineroar in that sense. I think really depending on... We would like a Charmander here, of course, but we have next turn as well. That's fine. Double Sylveon in hand. We have... sometimes we struggle against like Incineroar and Solgaleo and things like that, mainly just because it really comes down to kind of whoever gets their setup off first. Theoretically, we are hitting for weakness on Solgaleo. That's why we have the Guzma in this deck, actually. Is literally for the, the Solgaleos. Our opponent just kind of immediately whiffed there, which is fine. Is for Solgaleo with Giant Cape. That's really where it comes down to. So Guzma's here for that. Double Lily, Giant Cape as well can help us in the Solgaleo matchup. We need a Charmander. That is for sure. We have no Professor's Researchers. Let's play a second Sylveon, but we need our Charmander to attack for sure. Let's see if we can draw it here. Moving through our deck fairly quickly. There's a Guzma, and there's the Pokeball. Okay, cool. So at least we can get a Charmander out, and we'll Rare Candy into Charizard. Next turn, we actually have a Mars, which I don't mind popping right now with our opponent having like 5 cards in hand. So probably going to end up doing that. But yeah, we can just attach to Charmander here. I am just going to Mars our opponent. I know he kind of didn't play anything that turn, but we're just going to go ahead and play it regardless. Rather be ahead on card advantage. Now we should be 7 cards to 16. So in terms of card advantage, that sounds pretty good to me. I am actually just going to Giant Cape the Charmander here. It's always more worth it. Giant Cape Double Lily should put us out of range of getting, to a KO'd by a Galeo. So we'll see what our opponent can cook up this turn, but we're going to be able to Stoke next turn, and his energy attachment went onto a Shiinotic and not a Galeo on his first turn, so that's going to be good. What rank am I? I am in Master Ball rank 1600 something. He pulls up Morlul off of the Illuminate. That's good news for us. Definitely good news for us. He's going to Gentle Slap us for 40. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Yeah, we're in a good spot here. Our opponent, luckily, not drawing very well. That's going to set things up quite nicely for our Charizard. What's up, Drake? And yeah. We're doing well with Charizard. Charizard Sylveon seems to be very cool for me. It did okay in the tournament. Not a ton of people played it, but it's been doing all right. It's been definitely doing all right. It's good for streaking, and not that kind of streaking. It's good for win streaking, which is really relevant for sure, as our game is like freezing. Is my computer freezing? What's going on? I don't know what that was. Pokemon Pocket was very laggy for me today on my phone, so I don't know if that's going to carry over to my my emulator here on PC, but is what it is. All right, so yeah, our opponent's staring down a Charizard. We should be in a good spot. Even if we get slapped, we have Lily in hand. I think we're doing okay. Heard you talk this... We have Guzma in hand as well. Hidden Blade, heard you talk up this deck so much in Discord, I'm whiffing on it. Gotta watch you pilot it. Maybe I can learn a thing or two. It shouldn't be that difficult to pilot. I mean, I guess there's a couple decisions to be made, but overall, I think the deck should be fairly linear in terms of what we do with it. Especially when your opponent plays Galeo and doesn't even get a Cosmog down. So it's easy wins in that sense. But win streaks carried over into Master Ball is insane. As you guys will see here, I think this was a 3rd game win streak, and we got 3 extra points. So that is 13 points for a W. I've gone up to 22. If you get a high enough win streak, I believe you can get 22 points for a win, which is crazy in Master Ball tier. Win streaks is definitely the metagame, and I don't know, you can't really control win streaks, but playing a deck that isn't necessarily matchup dependent is probably a good choice. Something like a Charizard deck is very high roll dependent. So, it's just about drawing the cards. But with Sylveon, I feel like I get this turn 2 Charizard out very, very consistently. One of the only decisions to make with this deck is whether or not you're putting Charmander or Eevee up in the active spot. Going first, it's probably better to lead Charmander if you are confident you can get that Charizard Rare Candy off turn 2, as we'll see, right? So we're going first. Let's see. So we have to lead Charizard. Actually, we have different options here, right? We could lead Eevee, but we're going first, right? So we can lead Eevee or Charmander, but I actually think leading Charmander here against Metal type is probably correct. Either way, next turn, if we have to, we can get damage off on a Morlul or a Cosmog or something like that, so... Good evening, Maddie. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Yeah, having a good Sunday, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Definitely a good Sunday. We're going to Pokeball first. Increase the odds of getting something that we want off this research. What we want is either a Charizard or a Sylveon now for next turn. There's a Lily and there's Charizard. So, happy days. we're cruising. Turn 2 Charizard coming in hot. Unless we get Mars, which of course definitely can happen for sure. Getting more points from the bonus than the win is hilarious. It took me 3 weeks to get to Ultra Ball 4 a couple months ago. I just got to Ultra Ball 4 after a few days. That's right, Orlando. Yeah, the win streaks in Ultra Ball are great. They're phenomenal, and I think that they should stay. However, in Master Ball, they're a bit silly. I'm not going to lie. This is scary. Our opponent goes double Morlo Cosmog bench, going second. means we're probably going to be staring down a Solgaleo next turn, which is a bit scary, in all honesty. But what we can do is we can Stoke, and then hope our opponent doesn't see the Solgaleo rare candy next turn. So we do have Lily, but without a Giant Cape, we're still going to be out of range. We have room for a Sylveon here, but yeah, let's kind of just do our thing. So these are the scenarios where Galeo is a little bit scary. One thing I will say, though, and it's the same with Incineroar, after hitting for 150, if they don't find a Lily or a Giant Cape, Charmander can come in and actually just KO. So it's really not the end of the world. We do have some scenarios. There comes the Shiinotic. Okay, so let's see if he has the rare candy in hand. Or if he just pulls another Cosmog or something. We just don't want a Solgaleo right now, but it's pretty likely that our opponent does get it. 10 cards in deck, yeah. Okay, he pulled the Cosmog. Are we saved? We are. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That rare candy is kind of useless, though, actually, now that I say that. But, okay, we're just going to start batting off here with Charizard. This should put us in a good position. We get a free KO in the Morlul. He's guaranteed to pull Solgaleo next turn, but we don't know. Actually, he's not. He could pull the Shiinotic from his deck as well, which is crazy. But we don't know if he has rare candy. I'm not going to evolve this Eevee into Flareon yet, for sure. And I'm not going to Mars yet either. So we're just going to go ahead and Steam Artillery. What's going on, Banana? How you doing? What's up, Hells? What's going on? Don't say the M word, I know. Yeah, we're vibing. We're vibing. We're playing Charizard. I wanted to play Charizard on stream, not only because it was what we talked about in today's video, but I think it's a really great sort of stream deck. I think it's very chill. It's very relaxing. You know, back-to-back easy wins against Solgaleo. Turn 2 Charizard just happens all of the time. What's up, Stinky? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. How many likes for Madman chat? Bro's got the community on his shoulders. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate that. It's going good. It's going good, Miguel. Going very good. Especially since we just got 2 easy dubs against Solgaleo. Our Solgaleo matchup should be good, in theory. It's just sometimes Solgaleo does Solgaleo things. It's certainly a losable matchup, definitely. Yeah, GG. And that's the upside with Charizard. Is like you don't have to work too hard to get the W's, right? The cards either come or they don't. And it's very easy. It's very relaxing, honestly, to play Charizard. It's almost therapeutic. Now, from a competitive standpoint, I think this deck is really silly. I think it's probably one of the more silly decks that's in the game currently. So hopefully it doesn't really take over the metagame, but it's definitely fun to play, that's for sure. Playing a fire deck, I don't know if that's Charizard or if it's Incineroar, but we'll see. It could be Flareon, actually. Just interested in Pokemon Flute and normal Decidueye. Is that any relevant in the current meta? It's not. Decidueye in any respect isn't necessarily very relevant right now, I will say. Our hand is also not bad. Going second, leading Eevee. We can draw with Collect. We have Sylveon for next turn. We have Research and Rare Candy now. We are a bit reliant on drawing a Charmander. It is going to be the mirror. Okay, interesting. So going first in the mirror theoretically is better. Yeah, interesting to note for sure. Okay, we could Mars here, but I think we're going to hold the Mars, and I'm actually going to Research before Pokeball. To maybe just barely increase the odds of us getting that Charmander. So Lily and Giant Cape. All right, we have a 2 out of 3 chance for the Charmander here. Let's hope we get lucky. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and we can just end the turn by collecting with Eevee, which is cool. And I think here, Giant Caping here doesn't really matter. I don't think... Yeah, it doesn't really matter where we put the Giant Cape for Charizard, I don't believe. They're going to hit for 300 in 2 turns anyway, so unless we have, like, double Lily, it's not really going to work out for us. So I'm actually just going to cape the Eevee. It doesn't really matter. Probably still better to put to Charizard, but we're going to keep the Eevee. And we're going to draw a Collect, and then we can draw 2 with Sylveon next turn. And we can Stoke next turn as well if we get the Charizard. So, okay, second Rare Candy. All right, so we can draw 2 with Sylveon. We have 1 Research, 2 Charizard in the deck. We'll see if we can get it off. We'll see if our opponent gets it off. He can't get into Charmander this turn, but we'll see. This matchup mostly comes down to whoever can Stoke first. That's kind of what it comes down to. He gets a second Eevee down, and we do see the Charizard. Okay. Unless he's got an X speed or something, we should be safe. So if we get the Stoke off first, we're at the advantage. We're at a pretty significant advantage here. So we'll see exactly what our opponent can do here. Here comes the Sylveon. Okay, so he's popping off. All good stuff. He actually just had that Charizard naturally. Didn't even need the Sylveon draw to get it. So good for him. We have 10 cards in deck. We're going to draw 1. +2 with Sylveon. Should draw Charizard statistically, but let's see if we can make it happen here. Another Charmander. Okay, so a little bit scary, actually. We're going to evolve the Eevee and kind of just pray. 1 research, 2 Charizard in the deck. If we don't get it off this turn, we're probably going to lose, is the reality of it. There's Flareon, and there's Charizard. Beautiful. Exactly what we came to see. We'll bench this Charmander. And we will rare candy. And we'll get the Stoke off first. And like I said, this should be the winning play for the game. This should be how we win. It doesn't matter if he attached first or evolved first. He still has to come in and Stoke. So we can go ahead and do our thing pretty easily. We also have another Charmander, which is going to be relevant, actually, in this matchup. It definitely can be relevant if we draw that other Charizard. We can pop off. What's going on? Red is in here with that moderator status. What's going on? Oh my god, you went with Charizard? I thought you hated Zard. I do hate Charizard. Alexicon. Yo, shout out to Alexicon. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Charizard, but for a stream deck, I did talk about it in today's video, so I had to play it on stream. And I think it's a really good ranked battle stack. I think it's a good grinding deck. I know there's little space, but what do you think of X-Speed? I do think X-Speed could be cool, but you're right. I just don't think there's enough space. I think Mars provides more value. And like I was saying earlier, you don't really need to get it. Like, the only scenario where you would want X-Speed is in that particular scenario from our opponent there. And it's in the mirror match. So it typically doesn't matter. Our opponent does also get the other Charizard down. He's got 8 cards in deck. Okay, never mind. He's got 6 cards in deck. All right, so he's flying through his deck. If he gets his other Charizard off and we don't, then we lose as well. So that's a bit of a scary part here. But we're going to be able to get this first attack and pretty easily. We're not playing Sabrina in the deck, which is a pretty valuable win condition in this matchup as well. Yeah. We're playing Guzma, just mainly because I think Guzma's better, but not in the mirror match. Sabrina's definitely better for the mirror, but yeah, so he's going to come in and Stoke. We're going to hit him for 150 first. That Giant Cape doesn't matter, but he puts it on the Sylveon. Correct play. I'm not playing Sabrina, so it doesn't end up mattering. Yeah, okay. We have another research in the deck, so I think we're okay, honestly, as long as we just draw into our other Charizard at some point. The research there is beautiful. We have another Eevee, another Sylveon, another Charizard. There is... Okay, those are 2 cards that aren't actually very useful, which does scare me a bit. But 4 cards in deck, 1 Eevee, 1 Charizard, and Giant Cape. No, what do we have in here? We have 1 Eevee, 1 Charizard, and something else. A Pokeball? Yeah, and a Pokeball. And then what else do we have? Guzma? Okay. 2 of those cards are not useful to us. But it is what it is. Hey, sub mode. Hope the games are going well. Nice Charizard cards. No win-loss counter? Nah. It's too much for me to keep up with, honestly. I'm trying to just vibe out. I'm trying to hang out with the chat. I don't want to spend too much time thinking about stuff on the stream today. That's why we're playing Charizard. We're definitely just kind of chilling. Yeah, we've got Guzma. That's right. Yeah, Guzma in the deck. Guzma's going to be good mainly against Incineroar for those Rocky helmets. And as well, it's going to be good for Solgaleo with Giant Capes. That's why I have it. A lot of Pokemon extend out of that 150 range with Giant Cape, like Giratina, Darkrai, things like that. He's going to play the Lily. It doesn't do anything for him. We'll also play the Lily. But the upside here is that we have 2 Lilies. So, to be honest with you, I think he's cooked regardless. Because we're going to double Lily and stay out of range. I think. No, we're going to be still in range. Okay, double Lily doesn't matter. Okay, so it's a great point, actually. We should have definitely Giant Caped to the Charizard. I didn't realize that line specifically. But that is definitely a line. Okay. So in the future there, definitely better. Although it's still probably better because he's playing Sabrina, right? So I'm still confident in the sense that, you know, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Giant Cape just to the Charizard was better anyway. So he either draws his Charizard here and he Stokes anyway. And then we get deleted, so... I mean, for us, basically, at this point, the last card in our deck can't be Charizard. That's how we lose. Yeah, okay. So we're going to lose if the last card in our deck here is Charizard. Because we're going to have 2... Actually, yeah, we're going to have 2 more turns to Stoke. So I don't... If the last deck in our deck... last card in our deck is Charizard. Well, I guess if we draw Eevee here, it doesn't matter. But yeah, okay. We should win here. No guarantee, but you never know. We don't have Sabrina. Sabrina would have been a win condition, but not actually because he's got Giant Cape here. What do we draw? There's the Charizard. Okay. So that should be game. I don't know if our opponent knows it, per se. But that should be game. Lilying here doesn't actually do anything. This deck is absolutely cracked. It is. Yeah, I think we're good here. I mean, I kind of want to play something, but I guess playing Lily here doesn't really matter. We could Mars him, but we'll just Mars him next turn. So I'm just going to play the Guzma. I guess we could get Marsed, which I guess doesn't actually matter now that I think about it. So we'll just play the Guzma. Because then we hit, we go, and then he KOs, we just Mars, and we go into Charizard, we Stoke. He can't KO anything, and then it's game over, right? So the Guzma at least gets the cape off of Sylveon in case he tries to stall. So yeah, this deck's cracked. There's definitely some times where it does nothing. It's just like every deck. You know, sometimes decks don't do anything, and then you lose. Yeah, so there's the Mars, but it doesn't matter. Unless he hits for 180 somehow. Could you imagine? It'd be crazy. He's still playing. I don't know if he thinks he could win here. I guess maybe he could, but I don't think he could. That's my opinion. Unless he has like Guzma, but he would have had to play it last turn because he'd have to Sabrina this turn. So yeah, we're just gonna Stoke. We're not playing that Eevee. Yeah, that Eevee is how we lose. All right, 3 wins in a row, easy with Charizard, 2 Galeo, and then the mirror matchup. The mirror matchup really is just all about if you get the Charizard first, if you Stoke first. I mean. So, you know, I guess if this particular deck became super common and you played a bunch of mirror matches, then maybe, you know, putting X speeds in the deck would be good. But I think double energy is fine as long as you put fire first to Stoke. Yeah, it's all good. Good stuff. We're actually at 1,000 exactly. I need to take a screen cap of that because that's hilarious. I don't know if we'll ever be exactly at 1,000. So I'm taking a screen cap of that. That's funny. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. 1,000 exactly is pretty funny. What are the odds of being exactly 1,000? I tell you, my win rate with Charizard has been absolutely insane, though. Trainer Z. Oh, geez. Trainer Z. 240 people. How's everybody doing? Don't forget to like the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos over the last few days. Going second, so not bad. We want to lead Eevee here, yeah. We're going to do that. Yeah, still lead Eevee. How do I do so well? I don't know, man. It's just luck. I'm playing Charizard. It's all just RNG. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. This deck's crazy. Drinking bad wine? Hey, there is no bad wine, if you know what I'm saying. It's kind of likey. Probably like 2% you have to pass 1,000 somehow. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I've never seen exactly 1,000. Okay, we're playing Oricorio, which means we probably lose this game unless we get kind of lucky, unfortunately. That's just how it goes down because we're not playing Sabrina in the deck. So we've taken Sabrina out of the deck, which kind of means we get cooked by mostly all of these Oricorio decks, unfortunately. Don't tell that to Spraggles or he gets mad. What does that mean? Why does Spraggles get mad? I enjoy your tier lists. Trick to ranked is just playing a lot. That's exactly right, Misfit. That's exactly correct. We draw the Charizard there. Okay. Sure. You're my favorite Pokemon creator. Keep it up. I appreciate that. All right, our opponent gets full bench here and gets Sylveon down. So our opponent is cracked. He's the luckiest player in the world. Oh, that the game is luck-based? I mean, some decks are way more luck-based than others, but of course, we're getting cooked. Oh my god. Our opponent has everything. He's got the entire... Look at he's got the whole... What is this? What am I looking at here? Yeah, this is not great. About as bad as it gets, actually, if we really think about it here. He attaches to the active so he can retreat. He's going to bellow. Yeah, all good stuff here. All good stuff. There's another Sylveon. I think we're forced to evolve the Sylveon here just to draw. But we need another Eevee. And then we also need the Flareon to take down the Oricorio. That's sort of what we're banking on here. There's a research. There's the rare candy. Okay, cool. Thoughts on Shiinotic and Sylveon together? Some people have mentioned that. I just think it's like too much drawing. Like it needs to lead somewhere, you know? I don't know if it's really makes a lot of sense to do them all. Pokeball and another rare candy. Okay. If this is it's not Eevee. Okay, I was hoping it was, but that's okay. We're just gonna go in and Stoke, I think, regardless. Actually, do we Stoke yet? Yeah, we do, right? We just pressure him to go into Oricorio. This deck has nothing for Magnezone Corio. The deck struggles with Oricorio in general. Yeah, well, it's the same thing here. Like, Flareon, it's tough because we have to stay alive in the active until we get the Flareon set up. But, like, It's very unlikely that we do that because we need the second EV. Like, we have 7 cards in our deck, but both of those cards are EV and Flareon, which means we're probably going to lose. Getting 2 EV out early would have been okay, but unfortunately, not good. Not good whatsoever. He's going to target the Sylveon. That's all correct. That's all fine. If his plan here is to just kind of KO with Giratina and Cyrus up the Sylveon, I honestly am not too worried about it. Because then we'll KO back with Charizard, and he doesn't have a lot of options to deal a lot of damage, and we have 2 Lilies in the deck, right? So if we get rid of Giratina, we can kind of just relax, but unfortunately, like, Sabrina Cyrus, like, he can KO the EV now because he's got Greninja out really early. Yeah, like, that's what we're seeing right here, which is unfortunate. Like, so I'm literally just going to attach to this EV here and then probably just get KO'd next turn, which feels bad if he has the Cyrus. I'm actually going to Mars him. Because we don't have Sabrina. If we had one Sabrina in our deck, this matchup wouldn't be bad at all. Like, it really wouldn't be a problem. The reason why it wouldn't be a problem is because basically we could just sort of like force him to come into Giratina to take a KO, and then we KO him, and then we just Sabrina for game. You know what I mean? But we don't have that. We don't have the Sabrina in the deck. So yeah, he's gonna target the EV, play the Cyrus, KO the EV, and then that's game, right? Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, Flareon? No Flareon. Okay, it's a bit scary. Bit scary. That Pokeball is useless. How many cards are in the deck? 5. Okay, so to be fair, we've got 5 Flareon in the deck, or 1 Flareon in the deck, and they're all not there, which is pretty bad. So, yeah. I'm actually going to go into this Charmander. What's currently the best deck in ranked, in your opinion? I mean, I think this deck we're playing against right now is really good. I think Charizard is really good, and I think we're out of range, right? Yeah, I think we're safe. We're gonna hold the Lily. He's probably gonna go into Sylveon to KO, but then we just KO him. Again, it's all interesting. Without Flareon, we lose. He's probably just gonna KO this EV here, so we're cooked. Sadly. We could have waited until we had both in our hand. Probably would have been the better play, but he's got Mars and stuff in our hand, so without the Flareon early on, you know, it's just tough. He targets the Charizard here. Makes me feel like he's got like a Red or a Giovanni or something. No, he's going to play the Research. We're just going to Lily. No Cyrus yet. So if we top deck Flareon here, we're actually not in a terrible spot. I mean, we're still in a bad spot, but we have to get pretty lucky here to win this game. He stays in, too, which is crazy. Oh, the Cape as well. Okay, so still no Flareon. We have to Lilies this. We can do something troll here. This Cape is going to be important. I assume he has Cyrus. Like, we lose because he's got Cyrus in his hand, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think we could win because we have 4 cards in deck with our Flareon, which feels bad. If we Cape the Charmander, Sylveon can't actually KO, but he's just going to KO Eevee, right? So it doesn't really matter. But if we keep the Eevee, we still get KO'd, right? Because we can't heal it. Yeah, if we had Flareon this turn, we'd be much better. Lilies. Yeah, I think we're cooked. You can Gren Sylveon to clear Cape. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. It doesn't really matter at all where we Cape, but we'll do that anyway. Yeah, I mean, it is tough. Like, I put Guzma in the deck because of all of the Solgaleo and Incineroars, but if we're going to see a lot of Oricorio, then Sabrina's better. Theoretically, we could cut Mars from the deck and play Guzma and Sabrina, which would be really interesting, actually. I don't know how I feel about it, but yeah, it would be very interesting. The Irida comes down. Yeah, okay, so he's playing Irida. That's fine. None of this matters without Flareon. I know we're trying to play to our outs, but would you ever run a Charmeleon over Flareon for this reason? No, I think the other Flareon's always just better, to be honest with you. This is the only deck that is both playing... We could have held our Mars and maybe had a chance here. But yeah, he's going to come into Sylveon KO, and then he just has Cyrus to KO the other Pokemon, and then the game's over. Sadly. Oh, he bellows. Yo. Yo! Yo, what just happened? Wait. What just happened? We take those? Hello? Anybody? Can anyone hear me? What's happening? What just happened? Why did he pass? Why did he bellow? I'm so confused. Does he have a second Oricorio? What is going on? Why did he do that? What just happened? I guess he figured, he was like, oh, if he hasn't drawn Flareon yet, he's not going to draw it. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was crazy. Top 1000 still makes mistakes. I don't know. But he lost. He lost the game. We have Guzma in hand. So he's cooked. Yeah, no, we're playing this one. It does 110. I wish there was like a 2 energy, 70 damage Flareon. That would be crazy, but there isn't. Oh, there's only the 3 energy one. Yeah, he saw my stream. What is going on, dude? I don't know. He's so confused now. Am I getting stream sniped? Is that what's going on? Is he throwing for content? What the heck? We'll take it, though. We're on a win streak. We'll take this all day to the bank. I don't know what's going on. I think he's now realizing that he just threw the game for no reason. I don't know. Whatever. What the? He's going to shuriken? What? Is he going to shuriken? What's he doing? The Charizard? Okay. I'm going to top deck Lily anyway. Cyrus? Sylveon. Okay. I guess now if he doesn't KO, we can't attack with Charizard, so there's that. Yeah, okay. He's doing stuff. He's doing things. I don't know. He's trying to pull this out, but it's not very likely. The double... Okay, the Greninja next turn actually will put him Charizard in range of getting KO'd, so... I guess this was actually the correct play, theoretically speaking. But it wasn't actually. That's tough. We play the Lily this turn for GG, right? Because then we can't lose. But he can double ping next turn, Cyrus, and KO with Giratina. But if we Lily, he can't. So the Lily top deck. He actually made the correct play. He actually did exactly what he should have done in that scenario, which is what's funny. He just, unfortunately, kind of sold the bag a little bit. Mads might downgrade the Flareon 3 energy to attack at me because I want 1 more energy to attack. What does that mean? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. No Cyrus this turn anyway. He's cooked. He doesn't know we have Guzma in hand, but we do. Yeah, we got Guzma in hand. This is why we're playing Guzma. This is funny. Yeah, here it comes. Look, he's doing exactly what he should do as well, which is funny. He made that one miscalculation, and now he's playing very properly. It's kind of funny to see. I think, unfortunately, he's just putting himself in a position to where he can't win. Unless he Marses us, but he already played research, right? So, GG. I just cut out Guzma for Sabrina. Guzma's about to win us this game, though. I don't know if you realize that. Guzma's about to win us this game. He locked in 1 turn too late. Yeah, I guess, man. It's tough. If he was stream sniping, he would have known we had the Guzma. Sabrina would have also won us this game here anyway, so I get your point. In this particular matchup, like, Sabrina's way better for sure. But yeah. He's about to be so livid when he sees this Guzma. He's like, no way this guy plays Guzma. Oh, no concede too. Hold on, we'll BM him. We'll just wait a couple of seconds here, see if he concedes. It feels bad being top 5,000 at 1,500 points, but knowing I don't have enough time to play the keep ranking. Yeah, man, I'm always in that boat. All right, we BM'd him enough. RIP to this guy. Fatal mistakes. He had basically an auto-win matchup, and he blew it. I'm not going to lie. Is there any chance in-game subs? Why is said only 1 pack every 24 hours? Is it been like that? Do we get 2 packs a day? Yeah, well, you get 2 packs a day anyway, I think. BM means bad manners. Basically, that's what bad mannering. 22 points for that win, by the way. Insane. Streaking like crazy. Yeah, you have to pay for like the premium thing or whatever to be 1 pack? Oh, yeah. Okay, premium's only 1 pack extra a day. Which, I mean, the math does technically add up. Like, whatever it is per month, you know, if you're getting 30 packs a day or whatever, it's technically, or 30 packs a month, it's typically worth it, technically, for the money. But I get what you mean. Yeah, I think you get 2 normal and then you get 1 for premium. I don't know. I pay for premium, but to be fair, I don't, it doesn't really matter. I'm spending money on the packs anyway, so probably, maybe I should cancel premium. You get the cosmetics, which is cool. Okay, we're playing Silvali Rampardos, and we're going first, which is bad. Definitely. But we have Pokeball Research, Rare Candy in hand with Sylveon. So with Lily, we should be safe. Like, we just need to get, like, a Charizard play out, basically. We're going to Pokeball first. There's an Eevee. That's good. Let's see what we research into. Research into Mars and another Charmander. Okay. This is fine. We can draw 2 with Sylveon. We have Rare Candy in hand. We just need Charizard. 1 Eevee, though. A second Eevee would have been super sick if we had pulled it off the Pokeball, but it's okay. We're going to be, again, going to 8 cards in deck, so mathematically speaking, we should draw Charizard next turn, but we'll see. We don't have Lily, but we have Mars. Yeah, he's going to go Fossil, double type Null. No research. He's going to hit us with a quick blow. Does 20. Okay. All right. This is where, you know, this is what makes or breaks the deck here. We're going first against Rampardos Silvali, right? This is what it really comes down to. So we'll see if we can make it happen. We top deck the Lily, which is nice. So Charizard here is prime. Pokeball and Giant Cave. Okay, so no Charizard, guys. So we're basically guaranteed it for next turn, but unfortunately not this turn, which feels bad. Definitely feels bad. We're just going to cape the benched Charmander, and we're going to let this one go down, unfortunately, is kind of the play. Although maybe we bet... Here's the thing, though. Because we lose to... No, we have to do that. Because we've got the Lily. So we have to take an attack from type Null, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this is kind of the play. All right. 7 cards in deck, and we whiff the Charizard. So sometimes it happens. This deck isn't a free win. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you whiff the Charizard. For sure. It does happen sometimes. But we're going to draw 2 again next turn. I mean, virtually guaranteed a Charizard or a Research. So, yeah, here it comes. The issue here is that we're probably not going to be able to live like a Silvali attack and a Rampardos attack, unfortunately. Do we? It's 100 plus 130, 230. Oh, no, we do, actually. That's broken. Yeah, so Lily and Giant Cape allows us to live an attack from Rampardos and Silvali. So I think we win if we get Charizard. I believe so. I don't know. I'll have to do the maths on that. Being a turn behind is bad. But to be fair, we come in with a full HP Charizard, so I guess there's worse things that could happen. Let's see if we make it happen. Let's see if we can do it here. Going first against Silvali Rampardos is like the thing, right? It's like, can you do it? Unfortunately, we only have 1 Charizard to work with, though, which would have been better if we didn't, but it's okay. Another Rare Candy and the other Charizard. Okay, 4 cards in deck. We've got 1 Lily. We have 1 Research. We have Guzma. He needs a supporter as well? That's true. I mean, even if he does, I don't think it matters. The way he wins this game is by having the second Silvali set up and having double supporter here, I think. But if we draw another Lily, I wonder if that just sort of adds up to it. That's what I'm curious about. Oh, the Mars. Okay. So does he get rid of our Lily here? Let's see. No, he doesn't. Okay. We're chilling. All right. Oh, he attaches to type Null. Okay. Yeah. So he's going to hit for 100. We're at 100. And then Lily will bring us up to 60, which is hilarious. And then we'll KO both here. So 4 cards in deck. I think the other Lily will kind of win us the game here. So let's see. I don't know. Even if he plays Red or Giovanni, we're safe, I think. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. He's got to go into Rampo here. He's got 1 card in hand, which is hilarious. and 9 in the deck, so. But the type null can get us. We need Lily. Top deck the Lily again. Do it. Oh, okay. All right, that's tough. All right. So, I mean, I guess this just comes down to whether he flips with type null or not, which is hilarious. Yeah. Right? Yeah, there's nothing else we can do, unfortunately. YOLO. Let's see if we can do it. Silvali also just guarantees him the win if he draws Silvali, so anyway. What can you do? You know what I mean? We're going first against Silvali Rampardos, and they get like they get Rampardos and stuff. Fossil comes down. Here we go. Oh, so lucky. Come on now. Have you ever seen anything more lucky? Insane. It's crazy though that we also like all we needed was Lily to not be in the last 3 cards of our deck. Unfortunately, it was, but it's all good. You can't win them all, guys. Sometimes it's the Silvali Rampardos that are just the luckiest players in the history of the universe. You know what I mean? What are we talking about here? That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. All right. Well, there goes the win streak. Time to bring it back up. We were also a turn behind with Zard. Yeah, it's true. Honestly, that matchup's free if we're going second, now that you think about it. Sabrina's probably also preferred for that matchup too, but man, it is what it is. I don't think you get any bonuses for 10. I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat, I'll be honest. Playing the Fire Mirror, we are going first, but we don't lead Charmander, we lead Eevee, which is tough. Because we do have Rare Candy Charizard in hand. Actually, this is very unfortunate. Our opponent also leads Eevee, but to be fair, he's going to be able to stoke first if he gets it. So, yeah, feels bad sometimes. There's the Charmander, though. Is this your recommended deck, or are you just testing? I don't know. It's been doing well for me recently. I think it's a good choice for ranked battles. I am still testing it, but I've played it a lot. It's been doing quite hard. It's been doing good, but yeah, is what it is. This is his try-hard climbing bomb. That's right. Yeah. Okay, let's see what he can do here. Okay, so it's EVEX. So this is probably the Flareon Leafeon deck, which if it is, it's kind of free. For a Charizard. It's kind of a free win. Yeah, okay. So it's not Charizard. Oh, we get Mars. That's a crazy Mars, dude. This guy's super lucky. We're going to top deck Sylveon. Oh, Eevee. Oh, Research, sure. And Sylveon. All right. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Let's see what we can draw here. There's all of our basics. Let's play, doesn't matter now. Let's play Research first. Pokeball? Useless Pokeball. Okay, cool. Tough. I hate when you drop Pokeballs and you have every basic Pokemon in your deck. It's terrible. It's such a dead card. Pokeball sucks. Okay, yeah, we are going to Sylveon here. It's better, I think, than doing the +1 with Eevee to collect. Okay, Flareon, Giant Cape. All right. Neither Rare Candy or Charizard, which is tough. So... yeah, we're bricking pretty heavily here. After double Research and Sylveon, we've gotten nothing really going for us, which does feel quite bad. All right. Sure. That Mars really got us. What are your thoughts on Sylveon versus Shiinotic? My thoughts is that the general consensus Sylveon's better for Candy decks and basic decks, but Shiinotic is better for decks that don't use Candy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like in Magnezone, I still think Shiinotic's probably better than Sylveon, but... I mean, they're both good. Sylveon is also just has more HP, so I don't know. It's less of a liability technically. Drawing 2 is better than just finding 1 Pokemon from your deck, honestly, because if you have all of your Pokemon, then Shiinotic isn't very useful. Our opponent snags the Leafeon. Okay, so we might actually lose to this otherwise free matchup, purely just based off of us not having any Charizard or Lily, and we're going into our 3rd turn here, which is pretty bad. Yeah, 1 less retreat cost is actually big. I forgot. That's probably the biggest factor now that you mention it. Okay, all right. Take 3. Let's see if we can make it happen. We need Rare Candy and Charizard. Neither. Okay. We are officially extremely unlucky now with neither Rare Candy or Charizard. Actually, we have 2 Rare Candy and 2 Charizard with 6 cards in our deck. That's where we're at currently in the scope of things. Now, unless we, now we literally can't even Charizard next turn. There's literally no shot. So I think we just lose, probably. Feels bad. Feels quite bad. We actually could still win this. We just have to draw both of those 2 cards in sequence here. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Good thing this Leafeon's only doing literally 70 damage. Shiinotic better with Solgaleo? Maybe, yeah. It probably actually is better with Solgaleo. Now that I think about it. Because the retreat cost doesn't matter. Pray they Iono? They're definitely not going to Iono us. That would be crazy if they did, though. He's going to hit for 70. Now we're forced to cape the Sylveon. And hope he doesn't have... Absolutely insane how unlucky drawing this game is. That's nuts. It's like a new record or something. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. Okay. You guys are seeing the worst of it here. I think this has only happened one time to me in the past. I can't remember a time where literally with 5 cards in deck, I had both Rare Candies and both Charizards in there. Double Research play, double Sylveon played is crazy. Because not only, like, the fact is, like, we have to have both copies of both of those cards in our thing, which is just nuts, right? Yeah, he goes into Flareon here, which means we lose. Sadly. Which is crazy. If you actually think about it, like, that the odds of this happening are insane. Why no Mars after they KO? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that matters. We probably should have just retreated into a Charmander there, but he probably had Cyrus or whatever. It feels bad to lose effectively an auto win deck because, like, literally, like, this man is like, okay, well, we have 4 cards in deck with double Charmander, so we, like, in his mind, it's like, how is this even possible? But theoretically it is. Yeah, he had Cyrus anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. We needed Charizard like 2 turns ago to win this game. 0 draw Pokeballs. I should be 3 cards in deck instead of 4. 5. Exactly. The draws for this deck, we're getting BM'd too. Quick, concede. Yeah, the odds of that happening for this deck are so astronomically low. It's kind of crazy. But just like any deck in Pokemon Pocket, you have the odds of, you know, the potential of doing literally nothing. But they seem to come in stretches, though, you know? But that's the good thing that you want with a deck. You want it to lose a few in a row and then win a couple in a row because you get more points that way, even though maybe it feels worse. We love Brick Simulator Pocket. Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough out here in the streets. Statistically speaking, I mean, that's got to be like a 1 in a million chance. Like, to have 2 dead Pokeballs, to have both Rare Candy and Charizard with 5 cards in your deck, to have played both Sylveon, both Research. Like, the odds of all of that are just absolutely astronomical. Like, genuinely ridiculous. I'm going to lead Charmander here because we have Pokeball, Eevee, and Research in hand. BM means bad manners. Just means, like, he could have won the game immediately, but he was doing stuff. To be fair, we did do it to our opponent not long ago. So, it's, you know, we deserve it. I'm not upset, but... Do you take deck request? No. No, I'm just playing this deck, personally. But you should, if you guys have any deck lists, though, put it in the Discord, because I'm always interested to see what you guys have. Pokeball for second Eevee. Let's see what we get off the Research here. We do have Rare Candy in hand. Another Rare Candy and Sylveon. Okay. Might be able to string together some Sylveons next turn. Leading Charmander is theoretically a bit scary, but like for the most part, it's really not that scary because even if it goes down, we just have another Charmander. And most decks aren't going to be able to KO you in 1 or 2 turns anyway. Against like Silvali, you don't want to, but yeah. Okay, double Arceus comes down. He has the Zubat. He's gonna get the first attachment, but oh, the Giratina is scary. So if he's got the Dawn combo, he can KO us next turn or do heavy damage next turn, which is definitely scary. So we'll see what happens for sure. Hope I've been okay. Yeah, I'm good, man. Appreciate you. Let's see what we draw here. There's the Charizard and Sylveon. Don't mind if I do. I love how we just immediately go back into just the nonsense that is what this deck is actually. Is just the 6 card draw in 1 turn. Why not? Why not? You know, when in Rome, you know what I mean? I'm actually going to bench this because we have a rare candy now. Is this a meta deck? Yeah, I would say so. It's not like the most popular deck in the world right now, but it's definitely like in the meta game. It's definitely a deck people play. I've been playing it, that's for sure. I've seen it on the ladder quite a bit as well. Do I still think Jolteon is good? I do think Jolteon is good. Yeah. I haven't figured, like I've tested a little bit. It's actually one of the better decks that I tested early on. Just hasn't really caught on, so I'm not going to be really pushing against the grain, trying to play something that people aren't really playing too much. So I do think Jolteon is good. Yeah, okay. So if we see the Dawn Crobat combo here, I think we get KO'd, right? Or technically we live, but yeah, that's crazy. No, he doesn't have it. Okay. I was going to say, dude, could you imagine if he had it, though? That would have been absolutely nuts. So we kind of auto-win here, unfortunately for our opponent. With the Giant Cape to boot. We could Lily here, which would be hilarious, but it doesn't actually matter, does it? Does it, Giratina? If he can technically... No, he has no way to KO with... We're going to just do it. I love Dark Arc. I do too, but unfortunately Charizard's the most broken Pokemon in the history of Pokemon, so... Of course they made Charizard EX the one that's absurd, you know what I mean? What's my fave Primarina deck? I actually like the Pyukyu one. That's why I put it in the video. I tried them both. I just think that extra damage from Pyukyu is fine, and you're not sacrificing that much consistency, and it pairs quite well. I don't know. That's my opinion. Greninja could be good. You could even just play it with Sylveon, honestly. You could genuinely just play it with Sylveon, which is probably what the better play to do is. Play like a 2-2, like just same like we're doing here with Charizard, but you just play Primarina, and then you could tech in like 1 Glaceon to snipe a bench. But the issue with that, though, is, of course, Glaceon attacks for 2 energies. It's probably not that bad, but not good against Oricorio, really. We're going second, so EV lead in the mirror. Actually, going second. Yeah, we have to EV lead. I think Flareon's cracked. I think it's really, really good. We just lost to Flareon because we bricked, but I still think Flareon's really good. Pokeflute doesn't deal with Oricorios very well, though. No. Oh, Pyukyu doesn't deal with Oricorios very well. No, but you can just play... Yeah, that's a good point, I guess. Yeah, I think you're losing to Oricorio regardless. You're playing a Water EX deck. This might be the same... Yeah, I think this is the same deck we played previously, by the way. This is going to be that Flareon Leafeon deck. So let's see if we can get Charizard this time. Our hand is actually not very good, so we're going to be playing off the top deck. We can collect with Eevee next turn to get +1 on the draw, but yeah. What do we top deck? Another Lily, why not? All right, we want this to be Eevee. Okay. And we need basically the next 2 draws have to be important. They have to be either like Sylveon or Research or Charizard. A lot of the cards in our deck lead to the cards we need. It's just sometimes we don't draw them. Flareon's not what we want. Not useful. Both Researchers in the deck, both Charizards in the deck, both Sylveons in the deck. Looking a little bit iffy here. And we're about to just get smacked in the face with this Eevee, which just feels bad. What do we got? Pokeball. Tough. Super tough. All right, we're bricking again against this deck, which is tragic. Absolute travesty. All right. Do what you got to do. Hey, Mads, I just hit Masters with Dark Tina. Yo, congrats, dude. And Giant Cape. Okay, so still with 9 cards in our deck. We have 2 Research, 2 Charizard, and 2 Sylveon. So 6 out of the 9 cards in our deck are potentially very important cards. Greetings from Greece. Greetings. And that's a Mars. Also not something that is useful to us right now. Geez Louise. Okay. It's taking everything we got. I'll tell you that much. Okay, there's a Sylveon. Oh, greetings from Greece. Hello, hello, hello. Maddie, any good fighting decks besides Rampardos Silvali for now? I don't know. Not that I've seen. I haven't really... nothing new came out in the set, so I haven't tested anything. But, I mean, I think Garchomp is probably fine. Garchomp actually beats Rampardos Silvali in the head-to-head. I don't know. It's a good question. Does he find the evolution here to KO? I mean, he's going to anyway. We caped the Charmander there, by the way, just because... we have double Lily, so it's probably going to come in handy for the Charizard to have extra HP. And I'm just banking that we draw the Charizard. So that was sort of the idea there. However, like, he's just going... Like, I don't even want to evolve this Sylveon because then we give him a win condition. So if we top deck Charizard here, that would honestly be beneficial. That would be ideal, almost. Because, yeah, like, if we... Oh, my gosh. Okay, so, yeah... All right, we are forced to evolve the Sylveon, which means we lose to Cyrus, which, of course, is really bad. But, you know, that happens when you've, you know, done everything in your deck and drawn the only cards you need. We're going to Mars this turn, Mars him to 2. And I guess we just hope he doesn't draw Cyrus for game, basically. It's crazy. It's crazy that we had to get both EVs to be damaged for us to get this Charizard out on turn 4, is it? Is this turn 4 or turn 5? Absolutely tomfoolery here. He can retreat and go into Flareon, but then we KO, and I don't know if he has a backup option. Yeah, he's got a second Flareon. Okay, so we lose because this took so long. We actually lose because he's going to hit us for 130. We're going to heal, and I don't think we're going to have 130 left over. 70 plus 60 is 130. So unfortunately, we literally lose because... Our opponent is nuts. We're nuts, which feels terrible. But yeah, we're absolutely cooked here. Feels bad. The double Flareon before we get one Charizard, and he's got 3 energies on board. I mean, that's literally how you lose this game. That's how you lose the game 101, unfortunately. Breaking against the easiest matchup in the game is crazy. And yes, this is literally like the easier matchup in the game. The only thing that could happen in this deck for us to lose is for us to just not do anything for 3 turns. And we've done that twice in this matchup. It feels quite bad. It feels quite bad for sure. To be fair, he probably has... I mean, this is a good showcase why Flareon is broken, right? It's a great showcase. All right. Well, there it is. If he didn't have double Flareon, we win. If we had Charizard 2 turns earlier, or even 1 turn earlier, I think we might have won. It was the fact that he was able to get 2 energies on the active and attach to the bench Flareon. So he needed basically, yeah, he needed 4 turns and both Flareons to get that output, like to get that outcome of the game, and he got it because, you know, it's all right. Listen, we can't be upset. We're playing Charizard. Our deck isn't about skill. It's about drawing the cards. We just got to draw the cards. How important is Giratina in the Sylveon Greninja deck? It's very important. Yeah, it's your main attacking option. The whole concept of the deck is to use Greninja and Giratina and Cyrus to take KOs on basically anything. Have I tried Incineroar EX with the new 30 damage modifier? I have, yes. I talked about it in today's video, and I think it's pretty good. I think Incineroar is definitely not bad. Yeah, it's the only big hitter for sure. Okay, so we're going first with Eevee in the active. We're playing a water deck, which is probably going to be this Oricorio deck, right? Or no, Greninja and Sylveon is what this is, yeah. All right, research off the rip. Hopefully we draw something here. Pokeball for Charmander and Lily, so no Sylveon. That's fine. In this matchup, I think it's correct to cape Charizard. just because Greninja and stuff. What's the best deck to play against Silvali Rampardos? I'm fighting them so much. They struggle against like the big heavy hitter stage 2 decks with Lily. So like Galeo or Charizard, or they struggle against Buzzwole, I think, as well. There's definitely some decks that are strong in that matchup. Just gotta have to check the data on that one. Double water energy for him is good for us. That's definitely good. Good to see. No Greninja on the bench as well. Shout out to Sylveon. We're actually going to evolve the bench here in case we don't draw Charizard. So we can just collect for the +1 pro strats. There's a Charizard, and there's another Sylveon. Looks like we're doing it anyway. Research into rare candy would be fun here. Guzma's big. Rare candy's big. Yeah, we'll take all of that. We'll take all of that. It's so funny to see the compounding difference between when this deck draws cards and when it doesn't. It's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious, actually. And yeah, now with Lily in our hand, with Guzma in our hand, unless we get Mars'd or whatever, I just think we're in a position to win. Unless we get Mars'd, I think we're in a good spot. There comes the Froakie. Okay, so we can expect a Greninja next turn, probably. So we'll see. Why would I click on the no draw? Click no on the draw? Did I click no? No, I drew, didn't I? Did I click no? No, I definitely drew cards with it. Did I not? We got Mars'd anyway, by the way. We still have Guzma, but yeah, there goes... he's got triple water energy, so it feels terrible for him. Feel bad about it. Did we draw? I thought we did. Oh, no, you drew. I'm asking in general. Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a great question. I don't know why they made that an option, I'll be honest. There might be something in the future that's like, hey, like damage or whatever based on how many cards are in your deck or something, or in your hand. Like, there's definitely some stuff like that's probably going to come to pocket like that. So it's I guess it makes sense for them to give you the option, because there's probably at some point going to be a time where you don't want more cards in your hand or something like that. Him not being able to attack with Giratina here is huge for us. So we just KO because we have Guzma in hand still. Rare candy on the Greninja, so this is big, but again, he can't attack with Giratina, so we're just going to start hitting, and we have Lily and Guzma in our hand, so we're in a good spot. In a good position. Yeah, there's the giant cape. Sorry for you, pal. Unless we get Mars'd again or whatever, or red carded again. That'd be funny. Not really, but it would be, though. I think Guzma in this deck is better than Sabrina. I'll say it. I just think Guzma has come in clutch so many times. He's going to retreat anyway. Okay. Which means we're kind of forced to Lily here. Oh, he's targeting the Sylveon. Okay. Dead Pokeball. I don't think they only play one cape, right? So we can just play Guzma. Yeah, see you later. I think that might have been the icing on the cake. I think he might realize now. I don't know if he can do anything here. I mean, what can he do? We have Lily, so he could technically ping the active Greninja, do whatever, and then we can heal, right? So he'll do 80. So he'll do 100 plus the ping. That puts us at... Yeah, we're still out of range of Giratina with Lily. So unless we get Mars'd here, we're chilling. I think. We could still lose, truthfully, right? But I think they just play one red card, one Mars. Yeah, Lily wins us the game here. Super tough. It's just so difficult to deal with the Charizard. It really is. It's just a hard thing to deal with. Yeah. I mean, like, Charizard's ridiculous. Yeah, glad they're doing the trading overall soon for sure. How's everyone getting these Charizards? Been trying to pack one forever. I don't know where. These were in Shining Revelry. I have like 3 or 4 of them. I have a lot of the Charizards. First time really ever playing Charizard, but it is what it is. Still no full art professor's research in the game is crazy too, right? Pretty nuts. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking about? Thinking about the set, thinking about the cards, everything in general. Feel free, fill up the chat. 300 people are in here, so feel free to talk. I don't have much else to do. I'm playing Charizard. I don't got to think much. I don't got to do a lot of thinking here. Going second, leading EV is correct for sure. I like Guzma, Rare Candy, Research, Pokeball in hand. I like all this. We're playing Water, so probably the same deck we just played. Is this the same player, too? I forget. Espeon makes the meta pretty fun. I mean, Espeon or Sylveon? Yeah, Pokeball first. Charmander, please. Thank you. Yeah, Sylveon, my bad. Yeah. I was like, Espeon. Meta? No. Zard was going to be nowhere last season? Well, I think things are a bit different this season. I will say that. The second Charmander always annoys me. Like, it kind of just ticks me off that we have like a 50-50 chance and we would rather get Eevee, but we get Charmander. That always genuinely makes me upset. I'm going to bench it. No, I'm not. I just don't want... We're going to get red carded, probably. I'm going to bench it just off the off chance that he doesn't hand disrupt me. This probably is a losing play, but whatever. He has no Froakie down yet. Oh, why did I attach to Charmander? I misplayed there. That's my bad. Sorry, guys. Totally misplayed. I spaced out. I forgot I was going second. We should have attached to Eevee and then collect there. There was zero reason not to, so that's my bad. He has a Psychic Energy next turn, which scares me, quite frankly. So we would like a Charizard here for sure. Mars and Sylveon. See, yes, this is why I'm annoyed that we didn't get... See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why it was annoying that we didn't get... that we didn't get the second Eevee, because we could have chained the Sylveons and drawn more. It's all good. All right, so he's probably going to go Greninja here, and then we probably lose just because we whiffed Charizard, yeah, with 8 cards in deck. Like, he's going to get his Rare Candy Stage 2 out before we do, so that's probably why we lose. We do have a Lily in the hand, but doesn't feel great. We're head-on card advantage, but he's about to just... Yeah, double Greninja. No Greninja this turn? Ah, okay. That's pretty fortunate, actually. I mean, he can still KO Sylveon, but... Charizard. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We're breaking once again, unfortunately. We got to get lucky with this Mars, I think. It's the only hope. And staying in with Sylveon here is actually low-key the correct decision, which is funny. But yeah, we have to get lucky with the Mars and hope he doesn't Greninja us. Unfortunately. Dead Pokeball? Oh, no. Wait. What's this other basic Pokemon? Oh, another Eevee? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, he had the research. Good for him. Okay. All right, our opponent's going nuts. We're breaking. It is what it is. Yeah, there's the Greninja. Greninja means we lose. I don't think we can ever win now because he's going to get the free KO and we're just going to stoke in his face, right? So, yeah. Turn 4, no Charizard means... sorry, you lose. I was hoping the Mars would stick, but no, it did not. It was our last-ditch effort, unfortunately. We're losing the easier matchups, which is crazy. But, you know, it's going to happen. You're going to just not draw well sometimes. You know what I mean? We wasted Giant Cave as well, which probably means we're not going to... We can't win now? I believe? Maybe? We're cooked either way. There's literally nothing we can do here. But we can try. We know he has Cyrus in his hand, so I don't know why we're stunned here. Double Charizard actually could be funny. No. Okay. All right. Yeah, 3 cards in deck and finally getting a Charizard out. Unfortunate, for sure. On the off chance he doesn't have a Cyrus in hand, I guess there's a chance. It's not a good one, but... GG. With Silvali version, you have much more time to draw Charizard with this. Yeah, but then you take longer to draw Charizard, which is the whole point of the deck. Yeah, it's much less consistent, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, I don't know if he just recently hopped on the stream, because if he just hopped on over the last couple of games, our deck does not seem very consistent, but That's what Charizard's all about, you know? You can't feel bad when you lose with Charizard because it's not your fault. But then you're less likely to draw Charizard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. So Volley Charizard is good in theory. It's just inconsistent. Our deck is extremely consistent. We just, of course, gotten very unlucky the last few turns. A Pokecom in the deck also could do something, but I just don't think we have the room for it. You know what I mean? Okay, going second, leading Eevee. We also kind of misplayed that game. Like, we attached to Charmander and not Eevee. It wouldn't have mattered, technically, if you looked at the order of our draws, but yeah, theoretically speaking, it was a bit unfortunate. The win rate for this deck so far? For me, it's been around 60%, but I don't know like what the total thing is. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it has a whole lot of tournament data yet. He leads Eevee going first, which theoretically should give us an advantage, but if we don't have a Charmander turn 1, then that's not an advantage, so we'll see. Pokeball? Hey! Alright, this has to be a Charmander for us to have any kind of an advantage in this game. That's big. Because now we get +4 draw over the next 2 turns, so we have Rare Candy, so we just need Charizard in hand. But if we get Stoke off first, we're in a good spot. So we have 2 research. Yeah, all right, there we go. We could get Mars here, but we're in a very good spot. We're going to Stoke next turn. Our opponent is definitely not going to Stoke next turn, so that puts us in a winning spot. Maybe you could replace Cape, or is there a specific matchup for it? Yeah, Cape is really important, not only to give Sylveon 160 HP and put it out of range of getting KO'd by a lot of different things in the game, but Charizard with Cape plus the Lilies puts you out of range of getting KO'd by a lot of Pokemon in the game. It just comes in clutch. Like, there's so many scenarios where that's important. Oh, the Leafeon. Yeah, so this is what I'm not worried about, and this is what I don't care about, is the Leafeon lead. Because he's about to do 70 to Charizard, and I'm just going to Lily it and then 1-hit KO him in return. Cape Sylveon for Solgaleo's big. Yeah, it's important in a lot of different aspects. Definitely. Sylveon first. Because now we just Stoke in his face. A Mars would be funny here, too. Yeah, I'm actually going to play it. With Dragonite releasing, Cape and Charizard would probably see Stonks. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're 14-9 now. We could have played Research, but we'll play it next turn. There was a case to be made, but I think, in general, Charizard Stoke on Mars here is probably better. He had a big hand. I like this play better. We have Lily in hand, which is probably why I did that, to be fair. So we'll take the 70. We'll just heal it all up. Maybe draw into a Cape as well or something. Who knows? But this thing's dead next turn. So he could play Sabrina and then live a turn, basically. Technically. Yeah, the Flareon is for Oricorio, which did win us that one game. Although I don't know how. It was like the last card in our deck, but it still ended up winning us the game somehow. But yeah, our opponent should concede once he sees the Lily here, but maybe he won't. Theoretically speaking, he could Flareon. Double Research is crazy. He could Flareon next turn and Giant Cape and still be in a pretty decent spot, actually. So, see if he can do it. You're doing this man dirty. That's what Charizard does best. So 3 cards in hand. He needs Giant Cape Flareon to have a chance here. And actually, he doesn't anyway because he takes damage to get the energy off here. So we KO him regardless. Actually, he needs Flareon, Giant Cape, and Healing card here to have a chance. Very doable. Very doable. I've seen crazier things. That's for sure. For sure. But our deck is funny, you know? Charizard is just literally... I think the reason why I think it's a great ranked ladder deck is because you don't really have to do much. He needs red in both bags, and you know it. Oh, to know you out. That's crazy. You need Flareon, Cape, and bag. Yeah, stuff. The good part about Charizard is that it doesn't really matter what's going on, right? You're just sort of playing, like, it's like solitaire, and you're just sort of playing the game. It's very therapeutic, and it's good, and it's consistent. I don't think Charizard in a deck like this has any business being this consistent, unfortunately. Yo, what's up? Drive Check Vanguard, what's going on? How you doing, brother? And yeah, I just think it's a great ladder deck because you're going to go on streaks, and streaks are here now. So, honestly, like, playing a deck where... like, you don't have to, like, it's hard to misplay, and you can always go on crazy streaks because your deck is inherently strong. I think it's just a really good choice. We've been kind of 50-50 for a while, but we went on, like, a 5-game win streak to start the stream, so That's really where the money is when you're climbing with a deck like Charizard. So the Sylveon is just for drawing cards? That's correct, yeah. Yeah, we're getting BM'd here. Our opponent just left. I don't know, either or. I'm so glad they added win streaks to higher ranks. My hair's looking good. Yo, you like that? You like my hair? I need a haircut soon, actually. My brother gets married in a few days. Or in like a week or two. So I gotta get all spiced up. We're gonna BM our opponent too, why not? I gotta get a nice clean cut for the wedding. Not every day your brother gets married, you know what I'm saying? At least you'd hope not. Charizard's my favorite card because it doesn't require cards like Red, Cyrus, or Sabrina and other supporters to make KOs. I mean, it does kind of a lot of times. Like, the thing with Charizard is you're 1-hit KOing a good amount of Pokemon. Well, that's why we have Guzma. We're playing Guzma instead of Red because Cape's very popular. So, for the Pokemon that can extend out of 1-hit KO range with Cape, we have got Guzma. But Charizard 2-hit KOs everything in the game. So, that's a big upside for sure. Yo, just play this deck. It's broken. I'm in Great Ball ranked. I just don't play often. I should, though. Yeah, I mean, that's if you're going to want to rank up in the game, just play a lot. But I think this is a really easy deck to play a lot of. Like, I could see myself, like, just watching a movie and playing 1,000 Charizard games in a row. And I think, inevitably, unless everybody kind of smartens to Charizard and plays, like, Oricorio or whatever, like, you should be, you know, in a good spot. Charizard loves Sabrina. Yeah, we're not playing Sabrina in the deck. We're playing Guzma. But I think cutting Mars, I don't know. I like playing one Mars in the deck, though, personally. Sabrina's great against Ori. I know. We've seen, like, what, one Oricorio this whole stream, so that's why we're playing Guzma. Going second, Charmander lead is tough. Double Lily Sylveon. Okay. That's fine. Going second, you kind of want to lead Eevee. Going first, you want to lead Charmander typically. But we can actually hit this thing for 40 damage next turn, which is kind of funny. And we're playing Buzzwole, so. He's probably going to draw Celesteela and retreat out. But anyway. Is there a card you can replace for the Flareon? Yeah, I mean, I guess technically, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I think this Flareon's kind of important. I guess just any fire Pokemon like Torkoal is probably also a fine option. But hi Charizard. Hi Rare Candy. All right, we just gotta not get Mars here, and we're cruising. Would I sacrifice one Lily to include Sabrina? No. If anything, like. The last card in this deck is the Guzma. So you're either cutting Guzma and playing... we get red carded. Of course we do. They always have it. We're going to lose because we got red carded. Research. All right. He's red card researches me. All right. Our opponent's insane. Yeah, Flareon is important because of Oricorio. It's just an option. We can evolve our Eevee into Flareon and then KO Oricorio. That's kind of it. That's the whole thing there. Goes into Celesteela. He's going to attach Buzzwole. That's fine. We just need to pop off here in the next couple of turns. Pokeball. Charmander. Yeah, if he did red card us there, he was cooked. He was absolutely cooked. Okay, all right. All right, chill out here with the dead draw out of the red card. Why is it that when they play red card, you know, it just leads to absolute trash after that? Can anybody explain? I would like to know. I would like to know why when he red cards me, like all of the cards after that are terrible. Hey, there's a rare candy. So 10 cards in deck, 2 Sylveon, 1 research, 2 Charizard is what we're looking at. Actually, no, we've played both researches. We're getting Mars'd? Charizard. This is ridiculous. He's gonna punch me? Are we getting punched? Our opponent is nuts. He's literally a lunatic. We've gotten red carded and Mars'd. This guy's actually just playing Dark Tina, but in disguise. Hi, Sylveon. Please draw me my rare candy, please. Yeah, it's just fire energy. Please. Please, thank you. And double Lily. We'll take that to the bank, bro. Your Leaf Cape, by the way, does nothing because Charizard hits for a weakness, so sorry about it. Double Lily in hand is toxic. All right. It was a wild ride. It was a lot of bumps and turns there. It was a bit crazy, but inevitably it led us to the same spot, which was Stoke Charizard. You know, it took a little while to get there. It was a crazy road, a couple of red cards, a couple of Marses, whatever. But It is what it is. You know, we actually still do get KO'd. Like, he can go Buzzwole, attack, we KO, and then he just, like, benches a Buzzwole and then pops off. You know what I mean? So, like, unless we draw, like, a giant cape here, like he can't double Buzzwole for a game here, which is kind of scary. He's got 6 cards in deck as well. Yeah, I'm actually a bit terrified that that's what's going to happen here. We'll see, I guess. He needs Lusamine and Buzzwole in that hand, which he probably does now that I think about it. He probably has both of those cards, unfortunately. If it didn't take 4 turns to get Charizard out. And that also wouldn't be a big deal, but it's like, we're -2 card advantage playing 2 Sylveon in our deck. All right, show me the Buzzwole Lusamine. I know you have it. I know you have it. Yep, here it comes. I'm telling you, here it comes. Here it comes, I'm telling you. We're getting bodied by red card Mars Buzzwole. Insane. Pretty unlucky. Yeah, 8 cards in deck. Giant cape in our deck as well. It's tough. It's tough out here in the streets. Also, Sylveon has damage onto it, which is tragic. That's absolutely horrible. So many scenarios could have won us the game here, but unfortunately none of them happened. Yeah, Buzzwole's very consistent. If we didn't get hit with Mars and then red card, we wouldn't be in this position. Somehow -3 cards with double Sylveon in our deck. Yeah. RIP. It was fun while it lasted. No Mars, no Giant Cape, no second Charizard. Crazy. All right. We need to go on a nice streak here. We need to stop losing matchups that are generally like completely free. But to be fair, that turn wasn't necessarily our problem. It was our opponent playing double hand disruption and then getting it early in the game. But of course, Sylveon decks are going to be disrupted by hand disruption, right? So it's really the only counter to a deck like this. And even then, you know, we still can just draw the cards pretty easily. But going second, EV lead. Yeah, we're 1600 something. Okay, we're playing Incineroar. This is a very interesting matchup. It's a very, very interesting matchup here. And we're going second, which theoretically gives us an advantage if they don't pop off with turn 2 Incineroar. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We do have Sylveon Research Mars Pokeball in the hand. That's a pretty good hand. We'll see if we can make it happen. If he goes Research Pass, we can Mars here. Okay, he just passes. Rare Candy's nuts. So, okay. All right, all right. That's a Charmander, so I'm actually going to Mars him. I'm literally going to play the Mars and not the Research this turn. We'll just collect, and we'll have Rare Candy, Charmander, Professor's Research, Sylveon next turn. I'm just going to roll with the odds. This is the better play still. He goes down to 3. Yeah, there's Charizard. Okay. So unless we get red carded or Mars here, we absolutely steamroll our opponent here, pretty much. Rocky Helmet is a bit scary, but it's fine. We're going to Stoke in his face. Does he Rare Candy, though? We get red carded. Why do they always have it? Is there a reason why they just always have, like, the red card immediately? Sylveon, Charizard, Charmander. That's fine. And he had Research? Okay, so we Marsed him into, like, everything he could ever want, which feels bad, but whatever. With Eevee, I like to lead Eevee going second so that we can get that +1 card draw with Collect, because it doesn't matter. Like, we're not stoking until turn 2 anyway. Going first, Charmander is probably the better lead. That way we can stoke on that turn. Okay, okay. Research here is crazy. So, let's see. We're gonna Sylveon first. We need to get a Rare Candy now. 12 cards in deck. We're gonna draw 4. Another Sylveon. There's Rare Candy. We're just you just play the odds like with this Charizard deck. It's just like, statistically speaking, you should always get what you need. Like you're always favored to have the cards. Like, it's just so likely, and that's the crazy thing about Charizard, is that it feels way too consistent to be what it is. It just happens too often. I mean, I know it just happened to us a bunch of times. Like, it didn't happen to us a bunch of times in a row, but yeah, it happens way too often. In my opinion, I think Charizard's ridiculous. And now we're just going to Sylveon next turn, and we can Lily if we take damage. It's just silly. Just kind of silliness. And basically the way this goes, that is, if we draw into another Charizard, or if we draw 2 Lily and a Giant Cape, which we probably will, then this game is kind of an auto win. Guzma also gets rid of the Rocky Helmet, which is going to matter a lot here. But anyway, yeah. He's going to be behind a turn on energy regardless, so. Nasty stuff at work here. And I like Incineroar. It's just faced with Charizard Silvali. It just definitely seems not consistent nearly enough. Okay, interesting cards to draw into here. Very interesting cards to draw into. The second Charizard kind of just locks things down here. It doesn't really matter what we do. So. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. 4 cards in deck to 12. So we are +8 on card advantage. With every single evolution Pokemon on the board right now. Yeah. Yep. It's tough. It's a tough world out there, folks. Charizard's crazy. It's a crazy one. Kind of matters. You have not accidentally clicked Stoke. Man, there you go. This deck is horrible for you? What does that mean? BM him with the Guzma. Just tried it. Don't like only can attack with Charizard. Too easy to shut down. Too easy to shut down. Need more options. Well, the whole deck is just Charizard. That's the whole deck. Charizard just wins games if you get it out. I don't know what other options you need. Like, the Charizard is the option. That's the deck. I've accidentally clicked Stoke before. Yeah, it's probably tough out there. What's up, D-Shook? I didn't realize you were in here. What's going on? Shout out, brother. Just 7 matches went 2 and 5. Well, you should probably play more matches, brother. It's a small sample size. What's my favorite full art trainer? I don't know. I'd have to look at him, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I think red looks cool. Dustin is just bad. No, he's probably just got unlucky. He played 7 games. Small sample size. Just vibing. Hope I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Doing well, Shook. I'm hanging out. Not drawing into Professor, Sylveon EX, Rare Candy plus Charizard is a small chance. You have so many options what you can draw into. Yeah. And a lot of them like lead to more draw. Like that's sort of the thing, you know what I mean? Going second, leading Charmander. So not technically ideal, but not that big of a deal. Yeah, this is fine. We just need Charizard turn 2. Same thing. It's the same thing as last game. Except we're not going to get the +1 because we don't have EV in the active. Jesse and James supporters would be cool, yeah. Your videos are amazing. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate you saying that. Definitely appreciate that. Our opponent passes. Okay, we draw Eevee here. We have Sylveon next turn. We have Rare Candy in hand, so odds are something happens here. And there's that 50-50 that just always upsets me. For whatever the reason, it just always makes me upset. I don't know why. It just always goes that way. Our opponent can Incineroar next turn, which is obviously pretty bad for us if he goes Rare Candy Incineroar, but whatever, right? I don't think we actually even attack if that's the case. Let me think about it. If he Rare Candies Incineroar, he's going to be a turn behind on energies, so I guess that doesn't matter. I think we would rather still do the damage, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. If he was ahead on energies, then maybe not. But yeah, for this, it doesn't matter. Because if he is forced to heat tackle, he's going to be in range. What emulator do I use? I use LD Player. I'm not saying the deck is good. I'm just having horrible luck with it. Well, that's the thing about luck. You know, it's about sample sizes. Like, I've lost 5-6 games in a row. Yeah, so here's the Incineroar. So our opponent's going kind of crazy here. He's popping off, right? And this is what kind of annoys me about Incineroar, is that the deck isn't playing anything that makes it more consistent. You're literally just playing, like, you know, it's like if we were not playing Sylveon, our deck would be so much less consistent. Oh, and we get KO'd, because how? That's beautiful. Yeah, congrats to this guy. That's wild. And not that it actually matters, but yeah, that's crazy. That's hilarious. You know? Like, Incineroar is just so funny to me. It's like, dude, like, LD Player 9 give me malware? That's tough. That's crazy. What do I do for a living? Is professional gaming, or is it just a side hustle? I do not play video games professionally, no. I have a job. I'm not going to say what it is, I guess. The specifics. I don't want to dox myself. All right, Charizard. Pokeball. Charizard, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, we would like Lily. But, I mean, the outcome of this game really isn't any different. I guess he can actually Sabrina and then KO. Now that I think about it, he can just Sabrina and then KO Sylveon in a couple of turns, which definitely is scary, but we can Mars him next turn if we have to. Employment, yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of the content creators in the Pokemon Pocket community like aren't like they do it full time. I think Spriggles and Godsley like they do it full time. Maybe some others as well. The Lily is crazy. Doesn't actually do anything for him. Okay, so all right. This is bad. We're in a bad spot. We need Lily here. Yeah, okay. I think we lose even with Lily. Maybe Lily. Oh, okay. This is very interesting. I think our opponent has to get lucky, and we have to flip tails 3 times in a row. I believe is how he wins here, right? Yeah. So okay. So unless he got a second How, unless he went turn 2 How Incineroar and has a second How, we win. But don't show it to me. Oh my gosh. Dude, well, you know what I mean? In what world does any of this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, not like what I don't. What's going on? Our opponent didn't do anything. He literally started the game with every card he needed to win. It's insane. It's genuinely crazy. Like we had to flip tails on the coin flip, and we had to not draw, and he had to have double How. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, dude. Sometimes I think I get lucky, but I've never seen anything like that before. The fact that he just had double How like that and just is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. He played the first one and I was like, oh, like we're good. Like he popped it too early. Like we're chilling. And then he just had another one. It's like, what? The dude just went raw. He went first and then just went raw, turn 2. And didn't even play research, I don't think. He just straight up had all of the cards. He maybe played 1 research. Just rare candy Incineroar. KO with How, and then just attack, and then attack. What? What are the odds, dude? All right, okay. Speaking of odds, we do have going first Charmander, Rare Candy, Charizard in hand. But this is Oricorio or Turbo Silvali, so that's still. I'm scared, actually. I'm actually still afraid. Let's see if we get cheesed out of another game here. Wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. What an insane line of cards. Oh man. You gotta love it. Gotta love Pokemon Pocket. It's out of your control, man. It really is. Especially playing Charizard. It's entirely out of your control. You're just playing the cards as they come. Sometimes you feel good about it. Sometimes you feel bad about it. But that's how it goes. There's the Oricorio, but we have the Eevee. And because we have Charizard, I actually feel confident just like setting this Charizard up and immediately evolving into Flareon. Oh, never mind. He red cards us with 3 cards in our hand, by the way. Red cards us with 3 cards in our hand, which just flips heads and just happens to be Charizard in Rare Candy in our hand. You can't make this up. You genuinely can't make this up. It's incredible. Actually, an incredible turn of events. Although I think, if we're being honest with you, I think Flareon might just win this game. Am I wrong? I think we just KO everything with Flareon. Could be wrong about that. Stream sniped. Why would you play a deck that feels out of your control? Is it because it's easy? Yeah, it's just good. Like, ranked battles can be kind of daunting, especially on stream. Like, I just kind of play to have fun. I just relax. So playing a deck like this on stream is kind of therapeutic, actually. What do we feed him here? Do we feed him the Charmander? Or do we feed him the Eevee? Probably the Eevee. Maddie, I'm going to red card you when you have no cards in your hand. I would not be surprised. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if you did that. Rocky Helmet's the Oricorio. He doesn't KO, which is hilarious. Okay, yeah, we're stoking for sure. All day, every day. Going in and stoking. I don't know. Everything is completely... Oh, we can't even stoke here, actually, which is a bit sad. Well, now I don't want Eevee to go down. Actually, what is the better move here? I wonder what the better move is here. We don't want to put damage on the Charizard, but what are the odds that he top decks like a support or whatever? We'd rather just KO next turn? I'm just going to stay in. I guess it probably still would have been better to just go into Flareon, but either way, we're going to leave him with the opportunity to win off of like a Gust card, which feels bad. But there's no way around it, really. But he's only doing 50. So, like, he can't two-hit KO Flareon. So if we go into Flareon and just start hitting, are we chilling? We have Lily, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the correct play is always go into Charizard here and Stoke. Is that wrong? Is that incorrect? Or do we KO Flareon first? No, we have to go into Flareon. Side note, I love the Zeraora art so much. I wish we could have 2 of these Zeraoras, but unfortunately we can only ever have 1, which feels terrible. Unfortunately. If he benches like a type null here, then we're afraid, because then he can still volley the following turn. Oh, the Giovanni? Hello? Are we going to get double Giovanni? Oh, there's the type null and Giovanni. Oh, I'm shaken. I'm absolutely terrified. I'm genuinely terrified. Can I have a giant cape, please? Not what I wanted. All right, we have to just attack here, no? I mean, I don't... Right? Is it just GG, I think? Unless we get double Giovanni. Dude, could you imagine after getting back-to-back Howd if we got back-to-back Giovanni? Could you imagine? Could you imagine if that happened? Get out. Get out of here. Oh my god, thank you. Flareon just solos that deck, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, Flareon literally solos Turbo Silvali. So there we go. Flareon's broken. The perfect damage KO on Silvali's huge. You know, and we're living 2 attacks from Oricorio. I mean, it really is like not a bad card at all. Interesting. One of the more interesting games I've played ever in my life, but we just happen to have Flareon early on. Pretty funny. We're vibing. Almost 400 people in here. How about you guys all like the stream? I would really appreciate that. I just lost to a guy playing Washout Vaporeon Manaphy in rank 500. What else was he playing? Was he playing Glaceon or something? Sounds crazy. Okay, going second. And no Eevee. Okay. Sad. Actually, our hand is terrible. Especially to be going second. It's better Guzma. What about Iono? Nah, I think Guzma's way too needed. It's way too needed. I've had to Guzma off Giant Capes so often. It's absolutely incredible. Our opponent leads Giratina going first, so... and he has a Psychic Energy in his zone, so he might be able to get a turn 3 attack off with Giratina. Leads Pokeball Research. Benches Froakie. It's popping off. Have you thought about adding in Ramp Flareon in the deck for Charizard or 110 Flareon? Yeah, we're playing the 110 Flareon. I think it's just the better option, as we just noticed. Double Giratina is crazy. Okay. The Eevee's fine. It's actually fine, I guess. Yeah. No big deal there. So, what's tough about this is now we're not in a good spot, right? We have both research in the deck, both rare candies, both Sylveons. Like, and he's got he's got back-to-back Psychic Energies, so he's gonna get this Giratina set up next turn, especially if he has Leaf in hand, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Yeah, Eevee, okay. So, getting sort of cooked here. on the draws. It happens. This cape, I think, always comes down onto Charmander. I think always. But we're going to lose if we don't get Charizard out like pronto anyway. We also don't have any Lily in our hand, which is bad. That's another Charmander. Okay. All right. We haven't drawn anything useful yet. Double Sylveon, double Research in the deck, both rare candies. Half our deck is kind of cards that we want. So Jody running a similar deck yesterday has been performing so far for you tonight. For tonight, it's been pretty good. We're definitely above 500. I don't know exactly what our win rates are, and a dead Pokeball. It's crazy stuff out here. It really is. The likes of which I've never really seen before. Feels bad. Please? Oh. Okay. Still double Sylveon, double rare candy, double research in our deck. Still. With 10 cards in our deck. And a Pokeball, actually. Although all of our Pokeballs are dead now anyway, so. Our opponent is now plus 7 card advantage on us, and we have double Sylveon in our deck. And here comes the Greninja. Okay. All right. We also have no Lily either, which is kind of crazy. Does he retreat? He does. Okay. Sure. That's fine. A rare candy here and then a Lily top deck next turn still kind of wins us the game. He's going to target the Charmander. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We're losing just to Giratina just being Giratina. This guy actually has... I don't know if he's even playing Water Energies, which is crazy when you think about it. Okay, Research is something. Rare Candy and another Research. Sure. Yeah, unfortunately, with no Lily, we probably lose here. Probably? I don't know, actually. He doesn't seem to be playing Water Energies, so we can hit... He's going to hit us for 130. Yeah, because he's just going to attach to Sylveon. He red cards us? That's actually good. That's a good thing. That's actually a really good thing. Guzma. Lars. Sylveon. Okay, we can maybe draw into the Lily. But it's looking rough. Double Lily, 9 cards in deck. We are drawing 2 here with Sylveon. Okay. Please? Please? No. Yes! Wait. Yeah, we live. We're living. No, we're not. We live. We die immediately. We actually have the exact what we don't want. It just took that many extra turns, unfortunately. All right. Yeah, we're cooked. R.I.P. R.I.P. Bricked for 5 turns yet again. The bad luck streak is nuts, to be honest with you. This is about as rough luck as I've seen in quite some time here. If we were just 1 turn ahead, like our opponent literally had 5 turns to get set up, so nothing we can really do there. Nothing we can do. Feels bad. Just bricking, man. Just bricking. We can't wait till turn 4 to Charizard. We're not going to win that way. We actually would have been fine if we had both Lilies in that process as well. So keep that in mind. That also would have been fine. Or if our opponent didn't get a free KO on a Pokemon early on. Because then we would have been able to do something following this turn. But yeah, anyway. My friend... a friend of mine is running this. The Flareon was top 600 last night too. Yo, Flareon's cracked, honestly. I would play Flareon, but I'm having too much fun playing RNG Hyrule Charizard. Have I tried the triple evolution Flareon Leafeon Sylveon deck yet? I haven't, no. But I do think it's pretty good. I think it's better to run Water and Psychic with this deck. Well, in that particular scenario, where your opponent doesn't do anything for 3 turns, it's better to be only Psychic. I got a question. Do they run only Psychic energies? Oh, yeah. And double Giratina plus 1 Sylveon. Usually they play both Water and Psychic, but I guess, I mean, if you want to just forego going first leading Eevee. Okay, so we're getting a bit unlucky with all of this stuff, but it's okay, I guess. Have I watched the new How to Train Your Dragon movie? I have not, actually. I do like the original ones, though. I remember when those books came out when I was like a little kid. But I like How to Train Your Dragon. I haven't seen the new one, though. We like this, though. I like everything that's going on here. Probably going to get red carded, but whatever. Yeah, I just played against that deck and I turned 2 Charizard and they conceded. Yeah. That deck inherently loses to Charizard. To be fair, most decks will lose to Charizard if they, in fact, if Charizard comes out early enough. That's kind of how it goes. We have neither Charizard or Rare Candy in hand, but to be fair, we can't even Stoke next turn regardless. So we're a turn behind anyway because we went first and led Eevee. It kind of feels bad. He gets Giratina, Froakie, and Eevee out. He is playing both energies here. So that's important. We are going to draw a bunch of cards. So if we draw into some early lilies or whatever, we're in a pretty good spot, but we'll see. We're going to be a turn behind, unfortunately. He attaches to Eevee, but then bellows. Okay. Yeah, there's a Lily. So that Lily's big. Of course, we need Charizard, but we have a couple of turns to do it anyway. The Lily's big because it's going to keep us protected from Greninja for a couple of turns. Rare Candy, Pokeball. Okay. Thin out with the Pokeball. Go to 7 cards in deck. We have one more research as well. Play the second Sylveon. We just need Charizard. We draw into research. Sure. And there's a Charizard. Finally, it only took like 16 cards in our deck, right? Took 17 cards to draw Charizard, but we did it. So unfortunately, yeah, because we led here, we can't Stoke or anything, which, feels bad. But we can Stoke next turn. We can even Mars next turn if it comes down to it. Now we have the next 3 turns to draw Lily. So I'm pretty sure with Giant Cape now, we're fine. Even if he goes Greninja here and pings Charizard, we can go in and Stoke. And then Lily. And hope that we draw Lily in the next few turns. I think we're okay. Yeah, no Greninja here is big. Very big for us. Yeah, and there's the other Lily. Okay. We could Mars him here, but we'll wait until he probably brings up or KO Sylveon, I think. I don't think it's worth Marsing here. Although, we're probably going to have to Lily in the subsequent turns. Like, next turn, we're going to have to Lily, right? So maybe I just Mars him here. I'm just going to pop it now. I know he didn't really do anything that turn, but yeah. We have double Lily in our hand, so. I wonder if it... We have 2 cards in deck. I'm actually just going to bench the Charmander, too. In case we get... He's got Mars in his deck, in his hand. And I want him to Mars this to 2 and then get rid of a Lily. I'm going to bench the Charmander just to, like, somewhat higher increase the odds. Actually, we're not taking a KO this turn. It doesn't matter anyway. If we top deck Charizard, that's actually ideal because then we can just get 2 cards out of our hand and then we'll still have Lily next turn. If he comes into Giratina and KOs, then we'll have to play Guzma, but again, it's not a big deal. The worst case scenario here would be... Actually, no, we're chilling. I just got a text that says, Mary, you will come to my house to eat tomorrow. From an unknown number. That's a real text I just got. One, I don't know who Mary is. I have no idea who Mary is, and I don't know who this number is, and I don't know why I would go to their house to eat tomorrow. I don't know what that means, so I think somebody has the wrong number. My guy went through his whole deck in 2 turns. Yeah, we kind of did. All right, my opponent is as well. Yeah, so here comes the Greninja. Right? So this is where it becomes a little bit sketchy, but again, even if he goes into Giratina, hits for the 150, we just Lily and we KO, and then we're safe from everything next turn. You know what I mean? And if he hits with Sylveon, we're also still safe. Because we have Giant Cape and 2 Lily in our hand. He's going to Cape the Sylveon. Okay. This is actually a smart play on his part. Yeah, because now it forces... Does he go into... Yeah, wow. Okay, so this is like the perfect play on him, actually, because this forces us to have to Lily, but then we're not taking the KO, right? Which feels kind of bad. But... Okay, so no Charizard yet. Okay. Yeah, we always Lily. And we don't take the KO, but that's fine. Because we have another Charizard to stoke and do that types of shenanigans, and we have another Lily as well. Maddie, text them back, asking what their favorite evolution is. Maybe I should. I should respond to Mary saying he'll bring pie or something. I probably should. I should be like, yo, I got the pie. I'm bringing the pie. Let's go. That would be funny. Does he go into Giratina here? He's going to Water Shuriken. This is funny stuff. Now I'm regretting playing the Mars. No, because we can Guzma next turn. What am I talking about? I always forget. I forget so often. I've done this in videos multiple times, but you can just play Guzma like after you attack. Like, you know what I mean? You're still getting the KO. Like, I always forget that. For whatever the reason, I forget that that's possible to do. If he has red, we're cooked here, actually, unironically. That would be nuts if he pinged with red. Does this deck play red? Nah, GG. Okay. All right. Guzma's clutch. For anybody asking why we play Guzma, this is the reason. This is the reason right here. Bro, I keep texts from people that think my name is Michael asking about my land. I'm 15. I can't own land. Dude, if somebody's trying to like talk to you about your land, you should try to sneak in, maybe get some free land. Saw this question on Twitter. Would love your thoughts. 100K per back shots. How many are you taking? Be honest. Honestly? You want me to answer that honestly? That's an inappropriate question, Theo. So no more of that type of stuff. But you want me to answer truthfully? I'll answer truthfully. 0. 100% truthful answer. Knocking out a Pokemon with Guzma after attacking always feels so stylish. That's right. Insane question. Yeah, that is an insane question. Out of pocket, I guess is what you would say. What do I think is the best deck so far? I think the deck we just played is the best deck in the game currently, in my mind. But Charizard be doing Charizard things. Oh man, I'm getting kind of tired. Also, it's Sunday night. Yo, Zatumi, I honestly still can't pronounce the name very well. What's up? What's going on? How you doing? Guzma convinced me. Yo, what's going on? Look at he's got the fancy check mark. 100K subs. What a baller. What a baller. For 10 million, that number might change. It might. Zen works. Yeah, that's true. I should probably just call you Zen. What is the username from? Because when we talked, of course, you know, it was Zen, but I didn't know what the username was from. I'm doing all right. We're playing Charizard. We got on a little bit of a bad luck streak, but we're still positive. We're just kind of climbing, having a good time. Charizard Sylveon is an absolute meme. It's just a very silly deck that requires not much of my attention, which is why we're playing it. No matter the meta, there's always some type of cheese deck with Greninja. Yeah, I guess that's true. You like the list here? Going first, Eevee is not good. The list is kind of spicy, but I don't know. It is what it is. We're playing Solgaleo, so the Guzmas might come in clutch here. Hi, Charizard. I'm changing my mind on Sylveon. It's so good as a tech/draw card. Sylveon's incredible. I tried to tell the people in a 20-card deck game, we can draw 4 cards with 2 cards. It's crazy. Genuinely insane. Yeah, I love it. I love our hand here as well, actually. I think against Galeo, we cape... Hold on, I got to do some math here. So Solgaleo, 2 attacks is 240. Charizard, 180. Actually, I know Giant Cape sounds like we should put it on Sylveon, but if we draw Lily, we're living 2 hits from Solgaleo, so I'm actually going to put it on Charmander. I haven't played this matchup in a while, but yeah, I think it's actually better. I don't even care if he KOs Sylveon. I really don't. I'm just trying to win the game with 1 Charizard. Sylveon is literally broken. It is. It's a disgusting card. Shouldn't be legal for play. Should be illegal. Double Cosmog. It's fine. We have Guzma in hand, so even if he capes, we're KOing after he attacks us. So, and Mars. Honestly, brother, have at it. Yeah, KO my Sylveon. I would love it. I'm going to solo you with Charizard. Maybe. Is it better to Mars him now, actually? Anyone have any opinions on that? Should we Mars him now? He's got 5 in hand. Once he KOs Sylveon, we can just Mars him to 1. But he has double Cosmog. The thing is, though, like... Yeah, okay. Here's the deal. It's a big hand, but... We could also Mars him down to 1 if he KOs Sylveon next turn. But I guess we can't Stoke this turn, so yeah, I think we'd be a little bit more aggressive with the Mars. I might regret that, but it is what it is. We also don't have any Lily, which is scary. No Morlil, though. Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably why that's the better play. Not benching the Eevee. Probably should have just benched it, actually, but... Yeah, so here's the Galeo. We already knew he was going to do this stuff, for sure. This isn't what's surprising me to any degree. Actually, we might lose here. I'm trying to think. We might lose this game purely because... purely just because we're behind and we didn't get to Stoke this turn. I'm trying to think. He's going to come in, KO. This is why we should have Marsed later, but it's whatever. He still has 1 card in hand. Yeah, if you can't... It was worth banking on him not being able to evolve next turn for sure. But we don't have Lily, which is what scares me for sure. We have 7 cards in deck with 2 Lily, so if we do pull a Lily, we're living 2 attacks regardless. So, but we're also KOing him anyway, so we're not even in that bad of a spot. We also have Guzma for if he capes or whatever. Or Lilies. Doesn't really matter. Now we can't bench anything, though. So if we see... He's going to attach Cosmog, so if we see a second Galeo, we lose. Unless we see a Lily. Oh, the research is so annoying. With the Morlil benched is so annoying. Wait a minute. Oh. All right, we're cooked, yeah. We're absolutely cooked, unfortunately. The only way we win here is if he doesn't have, like, a rare candy in hand or something. Oh, no, yeah, we lose. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Rest in peace. Now we need Lily. In fact, actually, we still win to Lily if we have it. Oh, no, we don't. Lily still puts us at 120. Was my math off or something? 120, 240 with Giant Cape? Was my math off? How was my math off? 240, 200. Oh, no, this puts us at 140. I'm an idiot. Yeah, we just top deck for game. GG. I can't do math. Somebody help me. I can't do math. I don't know how to do math. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science. I took took integral calculus. I took like 4 calculus classes in college and I can't do math. What a top deck. He has Guzma? Oh, yeah, probably. Or red, actually. They play red. Do it to me, buddy. Show me it. What? He didn't attack? Why didn't he attack? What does not attacking do for him? Oh, he's waiting to top deck red. That's what he's doing. My bad. But you can't red and heal in the same turn. Oh, yeah, but he needs cape and red. So maybe he has one of them. Oh! He top decked it. But can he heal? Does he have cape too? Nah, GG. We'll take the tie. Actually, I don't think it is a tie because I don't have any Pokemon on my bench. Is that what just happened? Do we take a lose here in this scenario? I should have benched. Yeah, but then we just lose to Sabrina. Oh, we lost. We lost to Guzma? That's crazy. If I benched, though, he could have just Sabrina for game. That's why we never benched. Yeah, whatever. Because to be fair, don't they play Sabrina too? We would have just lost to the Sabrina. Not benching was a strategy. It was more likely that he had like a Sabrina Gust card than he would have had a Guzma in that scenario. Yeah. You did what you did last game to Sylveon? Yeah, it's crazy. For sure. To be fair, though, we did Mars him to 3, and then he just had Rare Candy, double Galeo. You got to understand, just for a second here, that if we had held Mars, maybe it would have been the better play, but we Marsed him down to 3 cards. This man not only had the bench the Morlo, got Shiinotic, but had double Solgaleo, and then also drew into Guzma with like 3 cards left, or like with like 7 cards left in his deck. So I'm not even stunting, because that man is probably the luckiest person in the history of the world. And like, yes, benching was a misplay, but it's not. Like, if we bench there, we lose the game. We're just giving them an out. So we can't bench there. It's like, it's never the correct play to put a Pokemon on our bench, ever. You know what I mean? Still would have tied if Solgaleo hit your bench. Yeah, but I'm not trying to tie, dude. I'm trying to win games. You know what I mean? Tying eliminates the win streaks. I don't know. I guess we weren't even on a win streak. Going second, leading Eevee in Incineroar. Solgaleo would have died. He was at 10 HP. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. But no, because they played 2 copies of Lily. That's not correct. It's never the correct play. Benching there was never correct because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And they play Giant Cape as well. My man just got absurdly lucky. Turn 1 red card. Love to see it. Double Litten hitting the field. Pokeball, Charizard, Guzma. Okay. That's fine. Double Charizard. Is this a Charm? If this isn't a Charmander, then that's pretty tough, but... yeah, it's pretty tough. I think the tie is the best outcome of that if they had Guzma. Yeah, but I'm not playing around them having Guzma is what I'm saying. You know? Like, they have Giant Cape. They have 2 copies of Lily in their deck. Like, the play is never to bench there and hope that he doesn't have, like, Sabrina or something. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, we're getting red carded again. Twice in a row. If our guy pops off here with a rare Candy Incineroar, that's going to be my last game of the night. Probably. Show it to me. Oh, the Torcat. It's kind of scary still. I am kind of scared. I don't think we ever cape. I think we always still keep Charmander here. Maybe it doesn't matter. Does it matter if we cape? Yeah, because 140. Nah. 140. Does it matter? Do we need to cape Charizard here? Because we can just attach Retreat or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's probably just better to do that. Anyway. Nah, we are keeping. Yeah, because I don't want him to have like Gust for game, so we're gonna do this. I mean, we're gonna get KO'd if he rare candies or not anyway, so I'm not. That's not. You know, we're cooked if that happens. Buzzwole not meta anymore? I think Buzzwole's fine. There's just a lot of fire going around. Flareon, that's a great card to draw. My point is, last turn, worst case, you die. No, but that's not the worst case. The worst case is that we lose in that last turn. That's what I'm trying to say. He does even more damage to himself here. Just crazy. My cat is yelling at me right now. He's kind of angry. I might have to come get him into the get him into my office so he can stop yelling. I'm gonna Sylvia on the bench here because the other one's got damage onto it. Research. Okay, we really need Charizard right now. Hey. Okay, cool. And a Lily. Yeah, we're gonna stoke this turn. Can you explain how we lose? Because Solgaleo would take 10 damage from attacking regardless. Yeah, but they play Giant Cape. They play Giant Cape. And they play Sabrina's. And obviously, we knew he didn't have Guzma in hand. He top-decked the Guzma for game. Like, benching is never the smarter play. Because we're basically increasing our odds for him to potentially either win or tie. Whereas if we didn't bench, we're giving us a chance to win. You know, and theoretically, obviously, we lose, but he'd have to top deck the one card he needed in order to win, which he did. But at least we gave ourselves an opportunity to win, or a better opportunity to win. Leftovers or Cape better for Solgaleo? Probably Cape. I don't know, actually. Depends on the matchups. Depends on what you're going up against, actually. Leftovers? Yeah, it could be leftovers. Could be. Okay, do we pop this Lily now, I wonder? No. Actually, yeah, I think we probably do. Do we? I mean, this guy's full HP, so he's not hitting us for much anyway, so I'm actually just going to research here. Mars and another Charizard. A lot of interesting cards in our hand that aren't very useful. So if he capes, then you still lose regardless. If he doesn't have cape, then you just ensure no loss, right? So In the case he has Cape, it doesn't affect anything. In the case he does, it ensures no loss. Yes, but we're giving him an opportunity to win. We're giving him a very good opportunity to win by benching that Pokemon. The point was to give him less of an opportunity to win. I don't care if I tie or not. I'm not trying to tie. You know, does that make sense? I'm not worried about tying. Ooh, the how. All right, he's popping off here, actually. Oh, no, he's not. GG. Yeah, I'm not playing for ties. Like, I'm not making a play to try to tie the game. GG. Leftovers procs. Cape just dies to Guzma. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. That's a really good point to mention. Like, the upside to leftovers is that you can always at least get 10 HP out of it. Whereas, like, with Cape, yeah, like, you know, you're just going to get KO'd. So, that's a good point. How good is each Oricorio? What do you mean, each Oricorio? I think all of them are actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. What's up, Ben? What's going on? What's going on? No, you can't, listen, you can't think too much about this Galeo loss other than the fact, like, you got to break it down into segments, right? You got to be like, why did we lose that game? We lost that game because we led Eevee going first, so we were a turn behind to Stoke. Our opponent not only got the attack off with Solgaleo, but we had Lily and we had Giant Cape in hand, so we played that correctly, but he got a second Solgaleo, which, to be fair, was also somewhat unlikely given the scenario for him to get, after we had Marsed him, for him to not only get that one Solgaleo that turn, to get it that turn, but to have a second one the turn following, and then to draw into Guzma. It was just an incredible line of events that occurred for us to lose that game. And I don't think we made any plays that kind of, you know, that were the worst plays to make, you know. Also like the stream chat. That's right. Everybody like the stream. We'll play one more game, and then we're gonna bounce here out of the stream. It's a Sunday night. We can't be up all night playing Pocket. We've broken kind of even for quite a while now with Charizard, but I think that's fine. Like, eventually we just go on a streak, right? It's the parts where you go like win loss, which feels bad. Solgaleo's still good. I didn't perform well in tournament, but I think it's a fine deck, as we just saw. I mean, you get lucky, you know what I mean? But if you're playing a get lucky deck, I honestly would say just play Charizard. Playing Lightning, which is probably Oricorio, which scares me. Double EV lead with Pokeball. And Rare Candy and Lily. Going second EV lead is fine. Okay, he leads Zeraora, so we're probably getting KO'd by like a Giovanni turn 2 Zeraora here. Yeah, Solgaleo one-shot Sylveon for sure. My win rate? I don't know. It's probably... With this deck list, it's probably pretty decent, but I don't know what my win rate is overall. It's probably close to 50, because I played... My first 50 games was like a 30% win rate. It was pretty bad, but we bounced back. I tested basically every deck known to man, lost a lot of games, and then inevitably started playing decks that were better. I've been kind of just playing Charizard for the last like couple of days here and climbed up pretty quickly. I know Charmeleon. I just don't think it's really necessary. There goes the Oricorio. Okay, so pretty lucky for him to find the Oricorio. I'm not going to lie. Pretty fortunate from him. We live there, though. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to be in the same position as last time, where we're going to be stalling and waiting for that Flareon to come out. See if we can find it. There's a Charmander, and there's Flareon, which is cool. We have Lily in hand, so I'm just gonna start committing to Charizard. We'll have to attach Charizard next turn and Stoke. It probably would have been better to just do that this turn, but we have Lily in our hand. I don't know what I was thinking, but whatever. This theoretically gives us the option. He's just gonna hit us for 50, but we'll just Lily, we'll Stoke next turn, scare him out, attach Flareon. We're okay. I don't see why you couldn't run Zeraora with that. With what? Sorry, I don't know, Matthew. What do you think of Silvali or Oricorio only? I think it's better with Zeraora, fundamentally, yeah. I would play Zeraora. But as we've seen, this deck just loses to Flareon, though. Like, there's no if, and, or buts about that. It just loses to Flareon. So we have to stoke, though, or else we can't retreat. So we're going to attach here and stoke, and then we'll just attach subsequent turns to Flareon here. I don't know what if I want to attach this cape to. Theoretically speaking, like, it might be useful to attach it to the Flareon, but we'll scare him out here with Charizard. Have you tried the Sweets Rally deck yet? I have, yeah. I like the Sweets deck, actually. It's not, like, the craziest thing in the world, but it's really not bad whatsoever. I kind of like it, actually. We get red carded. Probably should have caped. Does this perform better than Silvali Charizard? I think so, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's my opinion. Okay, comes into Oricorio. This is all fine. He's going to hit us for 50 damage or whatever. We'll just attach to Flareon and stoke again. Mars is interesting. Let's play the Sylveon. We want Lily off this. No Lily. But we can... we should have Pokeballed first. I didn't even realize we still had it in the deck. That's my bad. Yeah, we can bench this Charmander. Although, do we? I don't know if that really does anything for us if we do. Research here is an interesting play, but I think I would rather... Play Mars? No, we research. Because we want Lily next turn. Cape and Lily. Cape's going to go on the Charizard here. Doing some very quick maths. And now we can stoke twice, which we can retreat and then not have to stoke when we come back in. Which is broken. Yeah. And we'll just Lily go into Flareon KO, and then that's GG, I think. I believe. I guess we'll see. Maybe he's got 2 Oricorio. Oh, it's Magneton. Or Magnezone. We still have Guzma in our deck. Ah, we still have Guzma in our deck, sir. You are not living. We have Guzma in our deck. You are not living. Oh, Cyrus's. Ah, good play. Is it a good play? I guess it's not a bad play, is it? It's the only play. What a crazy play to make, actually, now that you mention it. Yeah, we're just going to retreat. Back into the old Zardo. No, we don't need a Mars now. It doesn't matter. I don't care if he evolves. We're just going to... If he stays in with Oricorio, then whatever. You know, we just go into Flareon, we retreat and KO. Yeah, we took 50 damage, but we're still living an attack for Magnezone. If he goes into Magnezone next turn, which he's not, we just like we just attack with Charizard. Like we're still chilling. We can just Mars next turn, you know what I mean? Doesn't really matter. I'd rather Mars him after he potentially takes a KO on Flareon or something. But we're gonna Guzma next turn. Unless, well, I guess we can wait on Guzma. He already red carded us. Does he play Mars too? I guess that's the question, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so he researches here. They only play 1 cape in this list. Flareon also lives in attack for Magnezone. Just wanted to throw that out to you guys. Just wanted to mention that. Can you be... yeah, you can still demote out of Master Ball this season. Yeah, unfortunately. Less likely for that to happen with win streaks, of course, or less easily, but yeah. Yeah, you can still derank. I think that's coming next season. That change is coming next season. I think our opponent knows he's cooked here. I don't know if he's like figuring out maybe what he can do here, but I don't know what he can do. I guess if he can one-hit KO Flareon, yeah, he has a route to win here. He needs to be able to one-hit KO this Flareon with Magnezone somehow, and then also have another Gust card, which is probably unlikely. We could get we could have more hand disruption coming our way here. I honestly like Marsing first. I'm gonna Mars and then we'll because I would rather just not see the Magnezone this turn, but if we do, we have Guzma in our hand. I actually kind of want to bench Charmander here. Because if we bench Charmander and he does have a Sabrina in the deck, then that takes away Sylveon as a condition to take KO'd, or get KO'd. So if we bench Charmander here, it's technically living an attack from Zeraora. But we're not living an attack anyway, I guess, from Magneton. So I think it's always better to just bench this, I believe. And it also gets cards out of our hand in the case we get hand disruption. In case we get carded or whatever. Which is better, Pokeball first, then Professor's Research, or the other way around? It depends. So if you play Pokeball first, you're pulling a basic Pokemon out of your deck, which is increasing the odds of you drawing other cards in your deck that aren't basic Pokemon. And it's the other way around, where if you want extra basic Pokemon, he's got the Magnezone. All good. If you want extra basic Pokemon, you want to play Research first. He has a second Oricorio. Crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So okay. So now we lose. He's got a second Oricorio. All right, yeah, we lose to another Gust card, unfortunately. Running one copy of Sylveon feels awful. Yeah, it's probably because it is. All right, I don't know how we lose this unless he has Gust and KO's Flareon, but he has to do it this turn with Zeraora, so 4 cards in deck. I mean, he might be if he needs another Cyrus is what he needs. Sabrina doesn't win in the game. Yeah, this is Genetic Apex Flareon. Correct. The second Oricorio has thrown me for a loop, though. I was not expecting the second Oricorio. I will be completely honest with you. I would go as far as to say one copy of anything is awful. Yeah, it's kind of true. In a lot of like for Pokemon wise, especially if it's not a basic Pokemon. Yeah, definitely. All right, does he have Cyrus for game? Double Oricorio, double Cyrus would be gnarly. Yeah, GG. The fact he had 2 Oricorios technically did give him an out here to win, but wasn't a good one. Flareon has given us a lot of wins in this video. I don't know how much we went positive because we only went on that one big streak in the early game, in the early of the stream. This was a little bit of a streak. 1688. Do we know what we were at before? I think we were at 1606 to start the stream, so we're plus like 80 points. And we're at rank 846 now. 110 HP design is Pog. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, 1 Giratina is fine. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, here's the record. 54%. 63 and 53. We haven't played many games. I mean, for us to have only played 106 games, 116 games, for us to be top 900, does that seem right? That can't be right. Is that true? There's no way. That's crazy. 63 wins, 53 losses, and we're within the top 1,000. Is that really the case? There's got to be more players that have played more than me. Is that really? That seems weird to me. Doesn't seem right, but maybe I guess it's right. I don't know why we're trying to argue with that. Yeah, anyway, there it is. We went from, like, in my first 50 games, so keep this in mind. In the first 50 games I played, I had, like, a 34% win rate. Very, very bad. I was playing random decks. Swapped to Charizard for, like, the next 50, 60 games, and the results are pretty staggering. I would say since I've played Charizard specifically, I would say that our win rate with Charizard specifically is probably closer to 65 to 70%. So, but streaks help a ton, yeah. Yeah, and I've gone on some streaks for sure. Definitely. All right, GG guys. Thanks for the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We got Meta Monday tomorrow. We've got Tier List Tuesday on Tuesday. So if you really want to get my opinions on the best decks in Pokemon Pocket, stay tuned for the next 2 days. We're going to break everything down in this new metagame. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be a really, really fun time. You guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great stream. I had a great time. Really fun. This Charizard deck's fun. I really do recommend it for the people that are super casually just playing on ranked ladder. It's a very, very chill deck. There are, I guess some scenarios where it's a bit iffy sometimes, but no, definitely a fun deck. Very high rolly, very RNG based, which is coincidentally quite fun. So there you go. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. I got nothing else to say. I really don't. Bye. Have a good night. Yeah, man. I don't know. Getting another phone call. So we're gonna wrap it up here. All right, guys. See you later. Peace out.